Hey, everybody. Sorry for the rain delay. There's a rain delay. Hey, what's up, y'all? Aw, shit, we drinking. And then, who's that Chicano kid? Que pasan, chat? I'm gonna get my popcorn real quick. This is gonna be good. Someone's having thrown a bottle of picture frame tonight. Welcome, everybody. Let's see what is up. I do believe it's showtime. Raider. I can show the people. I can show them. If they've been here the whole time, at least till Key got here. Sorry. I was wanting to make a concoction. I need new Tinder profile pictures.
It does look like a concoction.
It is a concoction. It's dry ice, and I have to wait for it to melt, or else I die. So that's gonna chill.
Also, I don't recommend inhaling the smoke.
Yeah, that's why it was by my face. Oh my god, pass out. And what do you guys got to drink? I mean, we'll do it on the show proper, but
I poured myself a shot of Abasolo.
Abasolo.
Yes.
Oh.
El whiskey de Mexico.
Abasolo Wookie. Oh. I don't know why it sounds like Chewbacca, not Chewbacca, Jabba speak, but
It's named after the town where they grow the corn that it's made from.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's an ancestral corn whiskey
and
made in Mexico.
that sounds made up. No, it's correct, but it sounds made up. And then,
The Americas made corn. Like, whiskey was already there.
oh yeah. Also, are you guys warm?
No?
Okay.
I mean, I'm still wet. So
Yeah,
there's
so
that.
so we just started monsooning here, and I tried to find dry ice just for this one gimmick, and it didn't quite work out because the HEB that said that had it in Mueller didn't have it, so I was already committed.
Specs didn't have it? I've seen Specs have dry ice.
Specs didn't have it. Wrong word. And Marcos, could you back up a little bit? I don't know why you guys switched sides.
Oh.
You guys did it on purpose. Your mic was already left.
No,
No.
Was it not?
it was not blue.
Okay. Well, JJ, I'm gonna need you to back up a little bit, or to go more to your right. And you guys look dark.
I'm literally
That's
darker
racist.
after running around in the sun all weekend.
No, but like as in like not exposed properly. So let me go ahead and I might need to look at you guys to do it.
What did you think about the show? It wasn't half bad. Where's all bad?
Oh,
There you guys go. Let's see, is that matches visually now.
I still look rosy.
Rosie's fine. You were sunburned by going to the football game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be on tomorrow's podcast.
That's tomorrow's podcast. The sad tale of Texas Tech University's football team. Look it up if you want a spoiler there. Also, I need to fix this. Do we have any materials that we need to bring up? I think we're good.
I don't bring materials so we don't get hit by copyright anymore.
Okay, that sounds good. But look at you said that drink looks like it's scheming. Yes, it is, and it's already dead.
Scheming.
It's already dead. But you know what? It's not even that cold. I might need to get real ice. But I can do that during the intro rotation. But otherwise, how's your guys' day so far? I know I'm just kind of riffing right now because I'm literally just finishing up. I changed shirts and hats and shit, so I'm like behind completely.
I went back to work. It's a normal work day for me, finally. And
Oh.
it sucks.
What do you mean normal work? Did you go back to the office?
He was off all week.
I wasn't off all week, but I flexed my schedule, so I worked earlier. So my
Ah.
schedule would line up with my brother.
Right, because your brother came to visit, and then another friend of yours did, right?
Yeah.
And all you guys did were Mexicans and drinking, the topic of this show.
Yeah.
So you've done your homework last week.
It's because, so Frank is...
Teetotal.
Not a teetotaler. He does drink, but he doesn't drink often or
Yeah,
much.
Right.
And I was like, he's also kind of a chunky boy. So it's like, I can't take you kayaking, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah. Kayaking is he bigger than me or as big as me?
Nah, he's slightly smaller than
3/4,
you,
I would
think.
say.
Yeah.
3/4. Okay, so I'm a big dude anyway. We've addressed this in our TikTok of people being mad about Homer Simpson being comically fat and what sizes people are growing in the last 100 years. Fucking chill out, guys. It's all right. But
You know, there's an episode where he goes up to 300 to get on disability.
I thought that was the Moo Moo episode.
Yeah, that's the Moo Moo
Yeah,
episode.
that's the one. Oh, you weren't there for that gimmick. So his favorite person in the world is P.T. Barnum, and we were talking about the fattest person in the world. And so the fattest person in the world at the time was 280. I'm like way over 280. And the people were in the comments, I put that clip up because Marcos had also mentioned that 260 was comically large according to The Simpsons. And everyone's like, oh my God, either it was self-deprecating, like, oh my God, I'm so fat, which was like, guys, you don't need to be mean to yourself, it's fine. Or it's actually three things. I'm so fat. Ew, look at all these fat people. Or three, have people really grown an inch or two over the last 100 years? Which,
Well,
yes.
I haven't.
Well, you are mathematically and statistically from the 1900s, the early 1900s. So
Yes.
you could have been in P.T. Barnum's circus, man. I don't know what your gimmick would have been.
The Wolf Boy.
I don't think you're hairy enough.
Yeah, there's hairier people in this world.
Literally
Manscaped
across from
doesn't
you.
sponsor us, but
But Manscaped, if you want a spot, no, you don't. Actually, I could use it. I'm pretty hairy.
I was about to
myself.
say, like, I think you're hairier than him. I've seen both of you without a shirt.
Yeah, that's a luxury. Not many things or people have seen me without a shirt.
It was 4th of July.
It's 4th of July, baby. Guns out, sun's out. I did that reversed. Whoops. But, and then you also got another beverage here.
Yeah, I got just a normal Corona.
I should have bought a Kawama.
Yeah.
What the what?
A Kawama.
What's a kawama?
It's 40.
I don't know Spanish or math. So.
Well, it's more of a 32, but it's a big ass Corona.
Oh,
I've seen that.
I've never seen big ass Coronas in a can like that.
They're not in a can; it's the bottle.
Oh, I'm talking about that one though. Just
Oh,
They're redoing their marketing. Everyone has been redoing their marketing lately. I think Dos Equis has changed their logo like twice in the last 5 to
I mean,
10
if anyone needs it after this past year, it's Corona.
yeah. They should just call themselves Crown. Just Crown, extra Crown.
Extra.
Oh no.
I was about to say, like, I'm pretty sure the extra was a lot smaller before, so
Yeah,
you
right.
can say the whole thing now.
Right, not Corona Delta, Corona Extra. No, I mean, yeah, that
Please
was
don't let
dumb.
there be another variant.
And it's the
They
Modelo
must be sweating
variant.
like,
God,
God damn it.
the Modelo variant. Fuck. It just got. They start naming them different Mexican drinks. That would be. That's
How they're getting us.
right. Like I'm waiting for them. Like if there was a really racist president, they or like the National Weather Service was racist, they'd be naming all of the tropical storms Mexican names. Like they'd be like, "There's Hurricane Alberto, Beatriz."
I'm pretty sure we've
Charlie.
had those.
Panfilo.
I'm pretty sure we've had those. They run out of names. Like, didn't at one time they started using letters or numbers or something?
Oh no, they went to Greek or something.
That's
like that.
what it
Yeah.
was.
No, but I'm just saying. Like, no, they have like hurricane. Like Katrina's not Katrina maybe, but if you pronounce it like that, but nobody did. Irma.
I think
These are kind of
there's.
fresh
I was about to say there's a couple that were like.
April O'Neil's best friend from the original Ninja Turtles.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, her name was Irma.
I have no idea. Dude, what kind of JJ? Why do you have so much knowledge? Who knows obviously other than yourself? Who knows the best friend's name of April O'Neil from the Ninja Turtles?
Probably Edward. Maybe Edward.
That's
What's
a safe
Splinter's best friend's name?
Uroku Saki. No.
But,
That's Shredder. It would probably be Usagi Yojimbo, depending on which.
Oh, the fucking rabbit guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on which timeline of the turtles you're following.
That shouldn't have had an answer, but it did. I'm kind of upset about that. Also, Pauly
D.
Paul C. Sorry, 24.
Oh, it was close. Wow.
My eyes hurt because I had to drive at night. I'm not very good. I'm gonna probably
No,
die.
yeah, that's what. This is what I was telling you about your thing. It's like you need to be centered here, and it's like I can't read those little letters.
Yeah, that's why I have the little iPad here, so I can bring them up here. But there's so many. I need to work on my cable management. I need to work on my life, quite frankly. But he said, "What's the topic today?" The topic today, booze, which is why I had, and I will once again proceed to have a fizzy lifting drink because JJ's got it. That's the thumbnail right there. No, you got to move the mic. You were doing it like this, and you were covering your face. I can't Photoshop. Move the mic. Also, now the mic is just in blue. There you go. There's the thumbnail. Look at them. Don't look at me. Look at them. There you go. Okay, we're just creeping everybody out now. And our followers are waning, and they're gone.
But we're talking about booze. I guess booze are less popular in this day and age.
Well, booze?
Mm-hmm.
You really? Is booze?
Not in Austin.
Yeah, but say
Well, not in Austin, but booze in general, like drinking is a less popular thing for the
Yeah.
younger generation.
that.
The wacky tobacco seems to be what's
Yeah.
Oh, the
what
vapor
everyone's
tobacco
hip
or
with.
the marijuana?
Both.
both.
Oh, we can talk about those things too. Fuck it.
That might be a whole separate episode. That
Today is
Tommy
vices.
just Tommy just opens the door.
Hey, Tommy's off that stuff. All right. Yeah.
TJ just opens
There
the
you
door.
go. TJ made a weird left turn into
I'll
not.
tag out for Jess because
I'm not saying we're allowing it to happen. Jess just comes on. She's just literally a Sour Patch Kid. Jess, when she enjoys her entertainment, likes gummy candies, and so various types of sour.
That's the
gummy
thing.
candies.
Like
and TJ does too.
when I was a teenager, there was like 2 kids. Like it was prevalent, but it was still like alcohol was the thing of choice.
Yeah.
Now it's like vice versa. Like I can literally probably name 12 people that prefer weed to alcohol at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. Well, I could talk about weed briefly because it's not a real big thing. But like in my era, 2008, 2012, that's when like the volcanoes started getting more accessible. Like they had already existed.
Volcano?
Yeah, so there's a little machine as vapor, essentially. Like the vape.
Oh.
It was the actual machine that made the vapes. And your head is in the way.
Just switch the camera. I'm
Head
just
is
getting
in
in
the
water.
way. No, I'm setting up the story.
Okay, go
so
on.
that we cut this into whatever feature film. Your head is not in the way. No, but in my day, you actually had the physical volcano. It's like a little machine that had a fucking plastic bag at the end of it. It'd collect all the vapor, and then you'd share it with your friends because apparently it was just okay to share drinks and pens and tubes with your friends.
Yeah, this wouldn't fly during COVID.
No. Well,
Let's all put our germs in this bag.
No, that's why we all gonna die. Because I mean, let's see if I can find. There it is.
That
there.
sounds like a repurposed.
Yeah, that's what it was. So that was the volcano, and the volcano would make you put the grass in there.
What was the fake weed that was really popular in that day and age?
Salvia.
Salvia.
Yeah. Yeah, I've babysit. That was one of the funniest nights of my life. So I never tried salvia because I'm afraid of psychedelics because I'm afraid of spooky demons.
It doesn't make you hallucinate, but it's
made
just
Alfred hallucinate.
it's
Right.
like an uncomfortable high. Like
That's
you don't
what I heard.
feel
So
right.
so that was the thing, right? So this was the same crew of people on the Chicano floor, just to bring it back. So I was on the Chicano floor of my school at UC Santa Barbara, and so
Fucking Cheech and Chong.
no, that was the thing. I was the outlier because I speak like this, and I wasn't from like LA, which most everybody was from that thing. Because LA is only a 2-hour drive. I came 4 hours, and I'm not like from the hood or anything. Which a lot of those guys from like HP and Boyle Heights and Compton. Like my friend Leo's just like, I'm from Compton. I'm like, do you see people die? Like, yeah, like all the time. But he's like super jolly. I'm like, okay, guy. But anyway, yeah, I was like the outlier, and what was the point of the story? I was getting there.
It was probably the volcano.
The volcano and sharing things and stuff. So yeah, there was all the
Or was
Mexican
it
guys.
salvia?
Huh?
Or was
the
it-
salvia? That's what it was. I'm sorry. It's like I'm just tired and I haven't had. I didn't get a chance to balance my center before the show, so I'm just kind of going randomly. But they had the two white boys that lived in the same dorm for some reason in the Mexican Chicano floor, and so they were like the weed head guys, and so they were distributing the funds. They're the ones that had the volcano. They're the ones that did all that stuff. That and my boy Efren, and Efren ended up doing other stuff, selling other stuff, and now I think he's clean. I think he just sells cars now, so he's fine. Point being, they go, let's try salvia, dog.
Will you buy this car if I do a line of coke with you?
No, it's when you buy this car, and I'll give you a line of coke, and we can do it together or whatever. But so they were like, hey, let's go do it on the beach, because anytime after 10 o'clock, the beach is technically closed, and whenever it hits nightfall, but people would sneak out anyway. And so
Like
these
an
guys,
apartment pool.
like an apartment pool. So the apartment pool was the Pacific Ocean for us.
Sorry, I just want to go back real quick. I imagine the line leading up to the line where you sign for the car.
That's how he gets you.
The line to the line. That's a redundancy. Oh, sign on the dotted line and line on the dotted. All right. Good deal. Thanks for the Subaru. But
Su puta madre, let's go.
speed. And so
Oh man, that's another thing. But we'll finish the story, then we'll go.
And so they go, let's do salvia. And I was like, I don't know. I had just learned to smoke weed like a week prior, maybe a couple months, depending on the timeline.
Salvia is a step back. That's what it. The kids that can't smoke weed smoke salvia. Like that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a step back.
Well, we didn't know the order. They were already in the weed. They were looking for a different high. And so I said, I'll go with you
It
guys.
is a different high.
I was already hanging out with them, so I go, I'll go with you guys. And they're like, yeah, we need you to babysit because you need people to babysit when you're on salvia because you just move in voluntarily. So I said, okay. So a couple people had they had a hookah set up and then for separate, and then they each did their salvia. One guy tried to crawl into the Pacific Ocean, so I went and captured him and just like
Crab.
no, he was just like on all fours, like army crawling, just. So one other guy was
imagine you picking him up and F5ing him like Brock Lesnar did to the shark.
kind of.
No, I
yeah.
actually imagine him picking him up and he still's like a crab.
yeah, he just stayed rigid. He stayed rigid. And so I pick him up, turn him around towards the cliff so he could climb up the cliff. That's fine. So then the other guy,
Maybe
So-
you didn't even have to pick him up. Just draw a line in the sand that loops back.
Right.
And he would have followed.
right. But so then the second guy, he was laughing uncontrollably because apparently somebody broke his high right before he got into the trip, which is only about 5, 6, 7 minutes. But he laughed for all 7 to 10 minutes of his high, full belly laugh, like bowled over, just laughing. And then he wakes up from his high. What happened? Like he just didn't remember any of it. It was like his mind went blank and went into a coma. Woke up and his stomach was hurting from laughter. So that guy, he had a pretty good one. The third guy was looking at the moon and he was silent and he was fine. That guy was cool until he got out and explained what had happened to him because he was just like this
Werewolf?
for the rest of us. No. Apparently, in the Salvia lore, you know how like Absinthe is the little fairy and then
Yeah.
like heroine's the green dragon or whatever, or chasing the dragon. Apparently, Salvia has an evil lady that's like judgmental and mad at you. Like I guess this might be Mother
It's
Nature.
just your
they say.
girlfriend watching you do salvia.
That's the point. None of us had girlfriends because we were all lame doing salvia on the beach. And so he was like, the whole rest of the night was like, dude, the lady's mad at me. I don't know what I did, but the lady's mad at me. He was like, after he was done being high, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to do salvia. Doesn't seem like my thing because I'm afraid of psychedelics. I'm afraid of mind altering things. That's why I like don't get super drunk anymore because I've stopped getting drunk probably about a year now at this point because I just get stupid when I drink. Like I'm just like, or I get stupid, like silly and like loud and obnoxious, or
That sounds great. You were like that when we flew to the river. That wasn't a year ago.
that was my first time drinking Trulies. So, and
I was not prepared.
I was not prepared. And our friend at the end at that final tree, who gave me a bottle of Casamigos to drink and chug.
I forgot about that.
And they
You
did
ch-
that twice, and I ain't no
yeah.
punk. Let's go back to UC Santa Barbara, party school. So I had 2 big handle pulls of Casamigos, and then it ended like 10 minutes later. I thought there was more river.
No.
And there was no more river, and I was almost blackout. Actually, I didn't black out, but I passed out once I got to your couch.
I was about to say, like, the rules for blackout versus not blackout are they're not going to be valid in this point because we were home sunburnt watching TV, and it's like,
Right, yeah,
it's like
Either way, you were gonna take a nap on the couch.
I was done. No, but like I was like, was it the Army of the Dead? Were they watching? Were you guys watching? Something.
no,
like that.
it was the Chris Pratt
That was
Amazon
the
movie.
Was that? I think that was the
Oh.
second time we went floating.
Yeah.
Either way, I was like, this is cool. Put my blanket over me. This is just out. And then,
Tomorrow War.
no, and then Tomorrow War.
Yeah.
Then I woke up and everyone was gone, and I was like, wait, huh? It's like 11 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I guess I got to go home. And then I just drove home. I was already sober by that point. I had slept it off, but it was because we found that mystery
Day
jerky.
drinking is great.
Day drinking is my favorite. I love day drinking. We need a day drinking spot that's not that cool ass bar that we found.
What, Bon Air?
Bon Air. So we went to this one bar. Actually, I'll let you tell that story on
the
the.
E6 area is pretty good for day drinking.
Well,
Absolutely.
Well, that's
Just
where
getting
the Raider
there.
bar is. The
Yeah.
only problem is you guys
And
play
the
Monday night, so you
Yeah.
kind of fucked it up. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I fucked it up. It's fine.
You guys
Individually.
fucked it up. You have 2 Monday night games in a 3-week span.
I can't. We're popular. I can't blame. You can't blame us for being
Monday
popular.
night is not where popular teams go.
That's
They go
prime time.
Sunday night.
No.
I think Sunday night is more I would not watch Monday night game. Has been where the worst. You know what? This is for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where the worst podcast. That's where the worst.
Monday's
yeah.
when Raw is, and Raw
Yeah.
is shitty.
I thought you were saying Raw's war, and I'm like, that's outdated. I think. I don't
Yes,
think that's cat.
super outdated.
But yeah, imagine putting a tube in that and sharing it. There it is, and sharing it with your friend. That's how we used to vape back in the days, children. There wasn't no pens. There wasn't no.
I just
jewels.
realized how that's
There was
like.
an expensive beaker.
Right.
That looks like the equivalent of when someone brings out a whole rotary phone.
Back in my day,
We didn't have cell phones. We had this big piece of shit.
we had analog vapor, and you had to pass the bag to your friends. It was fucking stupid, but
We had to make it all at once. We couldn't just store it in our fucking pens.
we We had to make it in garbage bags and share it with our friends. And the worst part was that it still smelled like weed. Like the whole point of the vape pen is that it disperses easily. Now, albeit when I've tried it in my time, it was not as harsh as the real stuff, which was good for me because I'd never fucking done it before. But it still smelled, so you're still. What I learned is you get a plastic bottle, fill it with dryer sheets, and you blow into it. I forgot what it's called, like a sploof or something like that.
Yeah,
I forget. But yeah, and then I learned how to do that.
I didn't learn how to do that till like 3 years ago, but that's fine.
I'm just saying. But and then the people in the chat, baby gangsta, only 1840 kids remember. God damn it. And then Key said, "Holy shit! I've seen a video where a guy described a woman angry with him." Yeah. So the salvia lady is crazy, and that's why I don't do that. That's why I don't do psychedelics, because I'm scared.
What's the puffer from the furnace?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
the cartridge.
the fireplace bellows.
yeah.
That's the only thing older than that volcano. They just put weed in it.
God, it seems so. It's like look at it's like the volcano weed vaporizer. That's like calling like it's like this is a television. Like it's the long form version.
We would smoke out of the volcano and we listen to the latest wax cylinders on our polygraph.
Right. We went to the Nickelodeon.
No, you could actually still make this old. We would listen to our latest MP3s on our Zune.
Oh, yeah. We had to download the music to a hard drive. And we had an analog plug that went into everything that does not exist on phones anymore. It really doesn't. They took it away.
Yeah, they took it away from my
It was
Samsung.
bad. Oh, no. Samsung?
Yeah, Samsung went the way of...
Damn.
But at least they have USB-C, but that's another conversation for another time. But yeah, look at the stylish tabletop vaporizer. That's back when...
It's a conversation piece.
Right? No, like back when TVs were a whole console and you had a big piece of wood built into it. Oh my God. Invented the Martin
If
from
she
Martin
doesn't know
alternative
what
to
this
combustion.
is, she's too young for you, bro.
Oh my God. Bro, if they know what this is, we're in MILF territory at this point. Mathematically.
I mean, yeah, we're 30. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I already got dad bod.
I gotta regress to dad bod. I got fat bod.
You got Uncle Bod.
Oh, I don't like it. I'm an uncle, which is
Yeah, but
fair.
you're meat man. It's fine.
I am meat. So that's another. I don't want to explain that, but
Yeah, I just want to let it hang there. I just want to let my meat hang. It'll be.
you guys
Air it out a little bit.
You guys
Let the
make
drapes
your.
flap.
I'm gonna let you guys make the assumptions of why I'm the meat man, and whatever ways you want to describe it, it's fine. I'm comfortable. 1996.
What are you looking
I'm
up?
just looking at I'm just looking at the volcano. I'm so interested in it and like how big it is and like how we just made a little miniature. But you know what doesn't
I like
change?
how that existed in 1906, and then it was like weed is illegal in like the 1920s. Oh, it was 96?
96.
Oh, I thought you said 06. I was like, man, they invented that, and then they outlawed it 10 years later.
No, 1996, the entire development of herbal vaporizers. The volcano patent is there. So 2000, the first volcano. So we only had it about 8 years into its invention, all things considered, which is why it was like 120.
It was still patent pending.
Patent pending. It's like the George Foreman girl in the 90s. We didn't know who's gonna own it. But yeah, and then now it's like Vapor Factory 2016 fits in a pen, a fucking USB, and all the kids are addicted to nicotine again. We lost. Joe Camel, you fucking win this time, you bitch.
No, I think he's losing money to vapes.
Aren't they just eating themselves in Marlboro and vapes now?
Yeah,
should
Marlboro's in vapes.
Yeah.
I don't know if Camel is.
Oh, that's the thing. You know, I have those pop icons. I wanted a Joe Camel pop icon. That won't exist anymore. But I thought, he is one of the most iconic characters of the 90s. He was on Frisbees and other goodies that they gave to children to make them smoke. Man, we're starting to sound really old the longer we talk about our old shit.
I mean,
Like-
if you want to sound really old, talk about the fake candy cigarettes that
Oh,
they
well, those
stopped.
have been around. Oh, they still make them.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. You can find them at like
Novelty stores, but
novelty stores.
before I could find them at the grocery store.
Go to 7-Eleven and pick up like 2 packs.
Well, that smoking like
support
classic
my-
smoking.
5-pack a day habit. Just
Smoking in general, like I barely know people who smoke classic cigarettes. Like you're one of them, rarely, but you're more of a cigar smoker because you actually had a habit and then you broke the habit, but you do it occasionally. But you're more of a cigar. You'll use
Yeah,
your
a
times
cigar.
that you do. Cigar for me, if I'm gonna smoke anything, it's gonna be a cigar more likely than not. I'm assuming cigar.
Probably
as
the
well.
cookout in October.
Probably more cigarette. Like, I don't smoke all that often.
Right.
When I do, it's just whatever's available.
Yeah. Like my friend had menthols.
If I plan ahead of time, like, yeah, I'll get a cigar.
Yeah.
I'll go to Specs and I'll find myself like the fanciest Honduran cigar I can pronounce.
The fanciest Honduran cigar. By the way, JJ, you've been coming in quiet.
Well, this isn't my normal night.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna boost everybody a little bit.
There we go.
Boost.
Ooh, there we go. Cool. So if we're peeking too hard, let us know. But I think we always come in quiet, so I think we're fine.
Sweet.
But yeah, dude. They said I had Marvel candy. There was Marvel candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
What?
That one I didn't know.
I'm gonna look that up real quick. Just
Those
so I
were
can
the
ruin
only
it.
ones I could find in Panchitos, which was the corner store back in Eagle Pass.
Man, that reminds me of Edward being mad that they changed the Big League Chew.
Did they?
Yeah, it's a woman now.
Oh, who gives a shit? It's fine.
No, but it's still like it was the iconic thing that didn't change for like 30 years, and then they changed it. I
Yeah.
don't really care either.
Wait,
Well, now they're candy sticks, but they're the cigarettes.
You mean Bazooka Joe?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's Bazooka Jane now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, it's fine. It's whatever. Like, what if they made it like?
I don't think
like
anyone bought Bazooka Joe for the comics.
right. No.
For the character development.
Right. And then you got like I don't know, Charlotte Cheeto. If they made like Chester Cheeto a girl, like a Miss Pac-Man
I
type
don't
of
want to
variant.
imagine that with boobs.
I didn't say she had to have boobs.
What? No, I don't know. I don't know.
Lola Bunny doesn't have boobs anymore. Women characters don't
She
have
did
boobs.
for a long time. For
They'd
at
be
least
Cheetos Puffs.
Oh my god. JJ, this is why we can't have you on the show. Talk about Charlotte Cheeto. Charlotte Cheeto having puffs. You talk about Jimbo Big Shredder's best friend. You talk about Irma, fucking April O'Neil's best friend, who nobody knows.
2 out of 3 are great.
Hold on, I want to know. I want to know what Irma looks like. Irma.
It's the girl with glasses.
Yeah. And
What?
the blue
It's the
sweater.
nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, and then she's even in the new one.
Yeah.
What do you know?
She's not as cool.
She
She
looks
was
like
a Krang.
Huh?
In the 3D one, she was a Krang.
Oh my
Spoilers.
god. Well, no, she looks like who is the girl from the Chipettes? She looks like just a real life version of that one. Brittany? Let me
No,
see.
no,
Hold on.
Brittany's the Alvin's.
I remember Theodore, and that's it.
The
So-
Chipettes.
Eleanor. Theodore and Eleanor, and then Simon and
Garfunkel.
Bridget?
That's literally the same fucking character.
Jeanette.
Jeanette.
Damn
Hold
it.
on. There it is. I mean, why are these pictures so small? Google Images sucks now. I'm just gotta say, Google Images is
Google
like,
is not updating from 1995 when the cartoon was relevant.
no, but the idea is that they don't want you to steal copyrighted images, but that's all I go on Google for. But yeah, look, it's the same fucking character. 80s character development was not very. Like the black kid was all the same in the 80s and the 90s. Tall, skinny kid with the high top fade. It's all the same.
Sorry, I'm imagining the Burger King kid.
Yeah, that's the Burger King kid. Gerald, in a way, the kid from Captain Planet. It's the same black kid. And there was no Mexican kids. Not one.
The Indian dude that did Heart.
Yeah, Indian dude. And then I think there was like a couple guys
I think
in
he was
G.I.
actually
Joe.
Indian from India.
Right.
Yeah.
But
No.
No?
No.
No.
If he was from anywhere, because they say he's from South America, so he's either from Brazil or from like Chile or Peru,
well,
somewhere there.
that is too far away from what we're talking about today, which is Mexico and Mexicans drinking too much. It's pan. It's a big problem for all of us. So let me go ahead and cool down my libation. It didn't get cold from that little smoky thing, but yeah, we'll get started right now. I'm gonna throw you to a quick commercial, and we'll be right back after this.
Oh.
Welcome everybody to Más O Menos Mexicanos. Bienvenidos. I don't know what host is in Spanish. I've done that gimmick twice already, and I'm like, soy tu. What is host?
I guess presentador.
Presentador Samuel Gonzalez. And on the other side,
What up?
your head is so large. Back that ass up.
It's filled with deep thoughts.
I know you got the deepest of thoughts. Ooh, you're actually using the salt shaker rim.
Of thoughts.
Yeah, I did the thing.
Cool. I forgot to do it entirely. I forgot the line. I forgot everything. All I did is I went and got dry ice, and I made it nice and bubbly and concoction-y, and I can't drink it until it all evaporates. But some got stuck at the top, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to drink this all, because I don't want to touch it with my fingers, because I'll lose my fingers and get gangrene. Hey, everybody. I'm Sammy. Get gangrene. That's not it. Rug burn?
Frostbite.
No. Frostbite.
Just keep saying things.
Eventually,
Hemoglobin.
JJ will find me.
Sunburn. Hernia. Corduroys. Anyway, but
Cancer.
but it's got. If you can hear that, audience,
Blood blisters.
it's got. Oh no, it's got a nice little bubble, and so it's the Halloween time. I've always wanted to play with dry ice because it's all spilling. and shit.
We're about to switch the gears into spooky times.
Yeah,
next week.
man. You know what? I say, fuck it. I'm going all in this month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Look it, guys. The world is crazy right now. And we'll get to introducing them. Actually, let's do that now before you go into my whole spiel. Joining me on the other side,
I'm Marco. That's JJ.
it's Marco and JJ. Oh, why are you holding a knife?
In case of intruders.
There it is. We have ice. Do you know that, right?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Doesn't want to water down his tequila.
Oh, I do because I'm soft. And you are. I know you're in a good one because you're
What?
holding your mic. Anytime you
I'm
hold
just-
your mic,
yeah.
you're in a loosey-goosey mood, baby.
No, yeah, I've had a really relaxing day today. I didn't do shit
That's
except
good.
go to the gym and yeah.
Yeah, and so Marco's relaxed. JJ seems relaxed over there with his rim of salt. And
To be fair, I think I sound better when I hold the mic, and then the only reason I don't do it when I'm on that side is I have to press buttons.
so it's more natural to you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the world is crazy right now, and it's going to be my birthday next month. My birthday is a week before Halloween, and so I usually just I'm going to wait for Halloween to celebrate my birthday, whatever. But I actually do think that I feel like I got cheated last year, turning 30, not really having a real big thing, being in the middle of a fucking depression. It was kind of all bullshit, and so
You were
I'm
coming out at that point.
No, I'm still in it. I quit the Mexcellence
would-
at that point.
I would say if you instead of nosediving, it was at least looking up. You
Right.
had not started the climb.
Right.
It was just
Right.
But it plateaued. You hit rock bottom. That was it.
Yeah, because I had just gotten gobsmacked a couple days prior, and then I was like, "Oh, I guess it's my birthday." Sure.
Oh, that's right. Your birthday was going to be a bigger thing, and then you ended up pulling out of 80% of it.
Yeah, my pullout game was strong back then. No, and so I was like, "Huh." And now that I'm out of the funk, generally, and life's still bullshit. I mean, we're all in this pandemic together. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna be like one of those basic girls where it's like, it's my birthday month. Woo! I started it fucking yesterday or 2 days ago when we went out downtown and I spun the wheel. I paid the $10. It wasn't my birthday, but I acted like it was my birthday. I spun the wheel, gave your friend a T-shirt, saw him for like 30 minutes, and then he disappeared into the night.
We disappeared from him.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
what, was he
we
tripping?
ninja vanished.
No, we were just not having fun at those bars. So we went, maybe Ray would be fun. And there was only
Yeah.
4 people at that bar.
Yeah, it was a weird. I didn't want to socially distance, and it was social distance everywhere.
I figured it out. It's everybody's saving their energy for ACL this weekend.
Gotcha. And
what
it's
I figured.
apparently going to be rainy like this if you guys can hear it in the audience.
I'm not
out there.
going. Fuck
I'm
them.
not going.
I'm not paying $1,000 to see Patti Smith,
I don't even know who Patti Smith is.
singer from the 80s.
Oh, well, yeah, even more so. I'm not
Okay, I'm not paying $1,000 to see Machine Gun Kelly.
I'm going to pay money to punch Machine Gun Kelly at this point.
You're not Corey Taylor.
I'm not, or Conor McGregor. Everybody wants to punch him. It seems like the thing to do. I just feel like that's the way that I'm going to become a viral sensation. But anyway, so yeah, I want.
Do people remember the person that randomly punches a celebrity? I feel like it's just like Justin Bieber got punched.
Nobody remembers. If you knock him out, yeah, I don't think it's been successful though.
It has to be another celebrity that punches the celebrity.
Right. Well, I'm the Mexcellence, JJ. We got almost, and this is actually part of our shilling. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that would actually be really good for the podcast.
Yeah, we'd have something to talk about. It's like, well, that was okay. I'll bring a little side story because it reminds me of fun. So my cousin saw Lou Ferrigno at a Comic-Con, and you know Lou Ferrigno is notorious for being an asshole about signatures and photos and things like that. Like
really?
he yells at people. Oh yeah, Lou Ferrigno is not a nice man when it comes to those things. He's
Whoa.
penny pinching on everybody. If you look at him, you pay. If you take a picture, you pay. If you do that, right?
He was the Hulk.
He was the
He gave
Hulk.
me a high five for free.
Well, that's because you are big and large like him.
I am not Lou Ferrigno big.
Yeah.
That is a different.
Lou Ferrigno when he's 73, perhaps.
Well,
He's a
this was
big
5
dude,
years
but he's
ago.
also elderly. So, but that's the point. So,
Still kick my ass.
yeah, he's a deaf elderly man, and so my cousin's like, "Ooh, Lou Ferrigno." Who wouldn't be like, "Ooh, Lou Ferrigno"? Apparently, he did it loud enough as he was taking the photo of him, and Lou Ferrigno goes, "Hey, delete that photo!" And he walks up to him like he's gonna fight my cousin. My cousin's also a big dude, and he goes, "I have a thought. Do I delete the photo, or do I fight an elderly deaf man? But if I win, I beat up an elderly deaf man who's also the Hulk. If he beats my ass,
And he also real life saved people in a shootout.
probably."
No, he did.
Yeah.
This was in the news like back in the 90s.
Well, then he kicks his ass, and he got his ass beat by the Hulk, and that is a great story forever.
Next week, top 5 old people you don't want to fight.
Bruce Lee. He's already dead. Yeah, I still don't want to fight his corpse. I got the
wanna
feeling
do.
he still has like some tricks in there.
Right, but no, number 5, Machete. That guy, he is elderly and tiny, but still looks mean as shit. Like, I forget how tall I am compared to real celebrities. Like, I'm giant. Like, Conan O'Brien is like, oh my god, he's so tall. He's my height. But compared to everybody else in Hollywood, he's a fucking monster. So like Danny Trejo's like 5'5" or 5'4" maybe.
I can take him.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, he's in your weight class and size, and now he purveys donuts and tacos, and like that's all
I
he
think we
does.
just end up being bros.
Right? Hey
Yeah,
man, I think you're
friends.
pretty cool, man.
Hey, he also has a beer.
Oh.
Yeah,
we totally bond.
yeah. Tacos just drink all his beer and eat his donuts and tacos.
I don't care how mad I am. I was like, ¿sabes qué? Dame una cheve.
Yeah. Here you go, hermano. Anyway,
Does he actually speak Spanish?
yeah, probably enough.
He
He's in
probably
jail.
understood cheve.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Rick Moranis got punched. Yeah, everyone wanted to murder that guy though.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, but even as infamous as he was, I never learned his name.
Yeah, he's just in jail forever. But yeah, no. And someone's like, "When's your birthday?" You're never gonna get that information. It's
October
actually
24th.
exactly a week before Halloween. And so I've always kind of celebrated on Halloween, even though Halloween's not like my favorite holiday. But like I mentioned before, going back to the main point, I'm going all in, baby. This whole place is gonna be lit up with spooky things. I'm gonna go to the HEB and the Walmart sections where they're gonna have like the skulls and
Spirit of Halloween's open.
yeah, I'm gonna go. No, that's too expensive. I want skull chalices. I want spooky lights and lanterns everywhere. I'm probably gonna buy another fog machine because I'm a child. I love fog machines. That's why I like this.
You're getting paid too
Spooky
much.
Mist. I am. So I got a new job. I got fired, and then I got a new job that pays me about half a check more. And I've just been spending it on frivolous things. So yeah. Don't take my credit card away because I'm just going to have lots and lots of fun. But if I had a problem of my forebears, potentially, I'd spend it all on booze. And let's talk about booze. That's not a good segue.
No,
It's
that
the only
was a
way-
bad segue.
It's the only way that I was going to get there because today we're actually talking about something whimsical, but then kind of serious. I feel like I'm going to make it serious because I actually do want to talk about the serious parts of this, but the topic of today's show, O Menos Mexicanos, a show about Mexicans. We can only say Mexicans because that's what we are. And technically we're all born in America, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to check. Sometimes my friends are like, oh, I was born in Mexico. I'm naturalized or whatever the hell. But yeah, so this is a podcast about our experience stateside. I'm from Fresno, California, the heart of the valley in California. You guys are from Eagle Pass, Texas, border town. You stayed there a lot longer because you went for the military pretty quick. Oh, no, you went to Texas Tech and then military?
Military. and
Texas
then-
Tech.
Yeah.
Also San Antonio for a
yeah.
while.
I was all over.
Yeah, and then you stayed in Eagle Pass for a long time, and then you recently moved to Austin, like, what, 4 years ago now?
Yeah, 4.5.
4.5. So me and Marcos made this independently of ourselves. You have a lot more Mexican experience. You're more Mexican than all of us, at least the both of us. Because you'll talk about shit that I'm like, what is that candy? What is that experience? What is that part of Mexico? What is
you see a fun Mexican TikTok, you might be JJ.
Right. See, like when I text, I go ha ha ha. He goes ja ja ja. That's the difference between. And then Marcos, I don't know what he does. LOL maybe. I don't know.
I do have like the keyboard on my phone.
Is it Spanish?
It's set to Spanish and English.
Damn. I see.
I have
I'm
to
not
swap
there
back
yet.
and forth between them.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I don't have the acentos everywhere, but yeah. So we're gonna talk about, and Marco, this was your idea because we need to get back in this groove. We hadn't done this show in a while. Some people got new jobs. Some people were on vacation, having good time. So we're getting back in the groove of everything. And so before we get started, got shows tomorrow and Thursday. Be sure to stick around for that. Be sure to follow and subscribe, do all those things. But
Stick
Marcos,
around for 48 hours right in front of the
we're just gonna keep going, baby. Just keep it rolling. But
we
no,
did try to have a 24-hour podcast, but yeah, going back.
Fuck it, we'll do that for my post birthday because I'll be gone. But
I was about to say, no. Well, the idea for this is just so. Usually, I run the show. This is the first show that you're actually taking the helm on, just because it kind of snuck up a little bit.
I kind of forgot to. Yeah, that you run
really?
the show. Yeah, this was not an intentional thing. It was more like I'm just gonna pass the ball to you. I think I just like switching.
Okay,
So
no, that's
yeah,
fine.
you're still the host.
Oh well, I guess I get to be a presentador now.
Yeah, I am. I don't know. I am el co-presentador.
Well, the way that I normally like to do the show is that one episode will be something serious like immigration or something, and then the next one will be something fun like anime or alcohol.
Right. And real quick, because somebody did mention it, or people were getting mad at people who were not mentioning it, we really wanted to talk about the Haitians on Del Rio. We really did.
Somebody mentioned it?
Yeah, well, somebody mentioned it in terms of like, where are all the Latino orgs helping the fucking Haitians? It's
Well,
like,
that's why our fourth guest isn't here. Alyssa's was literally raising money and supplies for them.
right, which is why we didn't do the episode right now. But I just want to put that out there because people, I want to actually put that out there because half of our team here is black, and so we don't have that stance of anti-blackness. We try not to. We try to find that middle ground, and so all of us were like, okay, we got to talk about these Haitians getting fucked up because it's not right, but it's a little heavier of a topic, and we want to get back in the role. So alcohol is the way we liven it up, and we got some good alcohols here. Mine's bubbling. You got your Corona. You got your tequila. Go ahead.
Well, I mean,
As you burp into the microphone.
I covered it. No, I guess I would start this out by just saying I actually know this answer for JJ, and I know this answer for me, obviously, because it would be my question. What was your first taste of alcohol?
I remember this vividly. I must have been, I always think that my memory started at 5, but I think my memory started at 3.
Oh, I know where the story goes.
Yeah, so I'm about maybe 4 years old, probably 4 years old.
hace nada.
No. So my dad was and we'll talk about this in depth more as we go along, was a bit of a drinker back in the day when I was younger. So every night he had his Budweiser. He's classic Budweiser guy. Brown glass bottles, remember vividly. See him drink it every day. I'm 4. I toddle up to him and I'm like, "Can I try some?" He's like, "Sure." Gives you the bottle and then I throw it back. I don't even try to like light it. I just like ha ha ha. Everyone laughs and that's it. That was my first taste of beer. Didn't like it. I was like, I'm not gonna try it. And do you want to know like my first adult, like intentional?
Yeah, both stories are fine.
And the intentional one is even lamer, honestly. Like that's cute and adorable.
Well, when you say remember it vividly, what was it? Because it
was the taste.
No. Oh, you don't remember what beer it was?
It was you talking about my real life one?
No,
like,
the one that your dad gave you.
My dad it was the Budweiser.
Oh, it was
a Budweiser, that dark brown.
Not
bottle.
Bud Light?
No, Budweiser.
That's rare for Mexicans.
Yeah, I remember the red label. He was totally Budweiser, classic Budweiser drinker. And I had the bottle heavy. I remember it being heavy, and I remember looking down at the booze first, and then doing it. And I tried to block it with my tongue, but it didn't work because I committed too much. I was like, He laughed and he's like, "Yeah, don't ask me again." And then it was like, "I won't," and then I didn't.
Side note: I don't think I have any like family members that drink whole beer. Like they all drink lights.
Well, he evolved, but no, he was, Budweiser for a long time.
Damn, yeah. You might be, well.
Dad's and uncle and above. We don't, us and your cousin and Paco don't count.
No, but Modelo Especial is a light. right? Like,
Yeah, it's a light.
it's a light.
Lighter, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then the real one, because I'm going to, as I mentioned several times, going to UC Santa Barbara. It's a party school. I didn't drink in high school at all. So, and I don't even know if my folks know this story, but at my graduation party, we had a taquero that made unlimited tacos for like 4 hours, and then they had all the
Damn.
beers and stuff. Yeah, it was
Oh,
great.
you've told the story.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, party's over. I snuck a Smirnoff Ice and a Corona. Like and plain. And so I'm like, I got to learn how to drink. Like, it's just like so embarrassing. I have to learn how to drink. Grab the Corona, twist it or take it off, and I just drink it plain. I'm just like, ugh. And then I'm like, okay, I finished the Corona. And I didn't feel nothing because I'm a large high school kid.
Yeah, one is not going to do it.
One's not gonna do it. And then I get the Smirnoff Ice, and it's a Smirnoff Ice. I'm like, oh, that's soda. I like this. And then I drank it. And then that was it. And then I went to UC Santa Barbara, and then the first party I went to, or was one of the early parties I went to, they gave me a red Solo cup. And I want to illustrate it. I put about like half of that much of sour apple vodka, Smirnoff, like Smirnoff, and then like maybe a little bit more. And then I filled it with squirt, and then I drank it, and then I actually got drunk that time. And I was like, oh, God, booze is weird. And then by like 3 months into it, I was drinking Everclear with Irish people. So that UC Santa Barbara was a ropes course of drinking, and that's how I can do some of my drinking feats, which have tapered off over the years.
Yeah, you're 30.
Yeah,
Hangovers hurt now. There's all those memes and shit.
The hangovers, they don't hurt, but I throw up when I drink, like way more often now than
Well,
I did.
if you didn't throw up, then it would hurt.
Yes. Yeah. My body's like, fuck this. So, yeah, that's my elderly defense mechanism. But, JJ.
My timeline might be messed up here. So I don't know.
Paco's in the comments. He'll correct you anyway.
I don't remember. So Paco's involved in both. And it wasn't him.
So just for context, Paco is his cousin. Paco pretty much he's like the Nick Fury of the Mexcellence because Paco is a big Mexican guy, our friend. Your cousin, when did you meet him? With him at the same time?
How did I meet him? I met him.
You might have actually met him through Double Toast, because every time I would
wasn't
try to
through
bring Paco over, like, it wouldn't work. Like,
right.
His parents would always take him to Piedras, to Mexico, to go visit his family on that side, so he'd be gone the entire fucking day.
This Claudia.
That's probably it.
Okay, so
It was just another mutual friend that. So everybody that meets Paco loves Paco.
Right, and I met him through Double Toasted, met JJ through a Rick and Morty event, and then through you again. So, yeah, it's just like a whole big circle of, he's just like, I have a mission to bring all the Mexicans together in Austin. And he succeeded, and then he moved to Dallas. And we're like, oh, cool, we can all hang out together as bros. And he's just by himself now.
My mission is done here.
My planet needs me. But... So Paco is your cousin, and so he's there as a child and as an adult.
Yeah, he's like 3 years older than me. I forget exactly the math, but he's a little bit older than me. So when I was like in maybe 7th grade, he was already in high school, like a sophomore or junior. And I remember there was one trip we took to Fort Worth to visit. I don't remember if it was for some kind of family event, or it was just because it's summer vacation and I wanted to go to Six Flags.
Right.
So I remember I hung out with his friends, and they all were like, we want to go drinking. And I was like, don't worry, JJ's cool.
He's no narc.
He might be small, but he's but he's strong.
Right? He's strong.
It's deceptive.
Right.
So yeah, we went out. We went to like a grocery store, and everyone was underage, particularly me. So they were all kind of playing that game of like, can someone buy this for me?
Right.
There's a crisp $5 bill in it for you. Hey, Mr. Homeless Man, you want to buy us some booze?
Right. Did you actually get a homeless man to buy you booze?
No. One of his friends, one of the girls, because us boys, Mexican boys, could not pull this off.
Right. All 5, 6 of you.
Yeah. One of the girls was like just
stand on each other.
Standing. No.
One alcohol, please.
Unas cheves. Gracias. Anyway, yeah, one of the girls like was bold enough to just like walk in, grab the case of I think it was Smirnoff, and just like waited by like the self checkout until
and this is when self checkout was like in its infancy at this point.
yeah
Where they didn't have no cameras, no sensors, nobody looking at them.
well, she was just like waiting at the checkout,
Right.
and until finally like some kind elderly white woman was like, do you need someone to buy that for you?
Yeah.
And yeah, she's just like, here,
Have
I'll
fun
take
fucking
it.
Jules.
Yeah. It was exactly like Superbad. And then yeah, we went to a park and we got hammered off of Smirnoffs.
God bless that lady. You know what? Now I'm gonna resign myself to be the elderly man. Like, I gotta be at least 50 to do that for people, but I'm gonna be the elderly man.
I do that today.
Yeah. Do you really?
No, I said I would do that.
Oh, you
I don't
would do that.
Where would I see these people? I go to Specs.
Well, that was what I was gonna say. When I got this tequila today, I was in the tequila section, and there was a trove of young women, like college-age girls, like,
Yeah,
where's the Ciroc or whatever the fuck they wanted, right?
You're in the wrong section if you're looking for Ciroc vodka in the tequila section.
Yeah, it was whatever. But I was like, oh my god, youths, like, because they were youths. They didn't know. They knew that they wanted party drinks, and that was it. And I'm over here trying to find the fanciest of tequilas.
Damn, they were really like partying on a Tuesday.
That's what I was saying, man. I had that thought where I'm like, damn, there's a lot of people in the tequila aisle looking for fucking cognac and shit. But so the Smirnoff Ice was the first time, and so what was the second time? Perhaps the real time.
Perhaps the real time was definitely at a quinceañera because there's several stories that came out of this one.
Okay.
Whose was it?
My cousin Mandy.
I don't know her.
Yeah, you never met her.
I was
She's
going through
about to have a kid, so mazel tov.
I was going through the Rolodex of band members. I was like, who will it be?
Also, that's the wrong religious ceremony.
Yeah, I know. But it was at her quinceañera, and I believe this is. I believe this is also the same night as one of our other relatives that married into the family. Whenever he got drunk, we call him Hennessy Mike because he got fucked up.
Was it off Hennessy specifically?
Oh yes, he was trashed.
Oh, Hennessy.
They
does
carried
that to
him
people.
out, and like the security guard at the place, the salon,
Yeah.
was like super pissed.
Jesus Christ.
And like trying to give everyone shit. But my uncle has worked in law enforcement for like ever.
Yeah.
And he actually met Comey before.
Everything.
Yeah.
James Comey.
He was pretty high up in Texas DPS.
Okay.
So this was slightly before that time, but still he had enough pull, I guess, to like tell the rent-a-cop, slow your roll.
Simmer down. Simmer down now.
No, this was in San Antonio.
Oh, never
Okay.
mind.
But yeah,
So you were having a mafioso party. Got it.
right. Yeah, and I was just like walking past, I guess, Hennessy Mike's table. I don't remember if it was Hennessy Mike or not. But they had like a bottle of Goldschlager. And they were like, do a shot, bitch.
To you?
Yeah, and I was
Sure.
like, give it. And yeah, I did it, and they were expecting me to flinch, but I didn't.
I never freeze.
Yeah, and they were like, what the fuck? What have we unleashed?
They gave you a shot of Hennessy?
No, Goldschlager.
Oh, that's sweet.
not
though.
too bad.
Yeah, it's the cinnamon one.
Yeah.
I kind of,
jeez. Yeah.
I kind of hate it though.
I've had it once, and I was like, oh, I wanted to eat the gold. and
I
there was
remember
not
I
enough
wanted
gold in it.
to buy it after Superbad. Like this is more American alcohol at this point, but
Yeah.
then I've got to flip the script at mine. But yeah, Goldschlager isn't that bad.
Yeah, but so you had your you rose to the occasion on both times.
Yeah, so where the timeline might be fucked up is because I don't remember what trip happened first.
Oh, gotcha.
So it was either Hennessy Mike or it was Six Flags.
right,
Hungover Six Flags.
Hungover Six Flag.
at the tender age of like 12.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No, man, it was funny because someone like TikTok was like, when your parents hand you a drink at your 18th birthday and you forget to flinch when you get drink, and you're like, oh, ew, alcohol nasty.
That was not what happened when I was 18.
Well, yeah, because you're a man. It was late.
No, I was about to say, like, my parents had already seen me carried home at that point. Like,
yeah. No. So you guys give me a lot of shit for being sheltered. That was one thing that I dare not risk do.
What?
Come home drunk and shit like that. Like even now, like when I go visit, I'll go before COVID. I'd go and visit. There was one time I got obliterated, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, Alfred's wedding reception, I got smashed.
Yeah, like it was 4 a.m, and I'm like,
yeah, I bought 3 bottles, and I wasn't drunk at the end of it, and my bottles were gone, and I was like,
That was you and Frank, boy.
yeah.
Well,
you know what's funny is like for Frank. So Frank was the person that visited him last
Right?
week.
Yeah.
Frank does not like me for like.
Oh, is that why y'all didn't hang out together?
Yes.
No, it was just that I don't plan.
Fair enough. Yeah, you did go over that.
Let me put it this way: I'm not on his MySpace top 8. That's fair to
Gotcha.
say.
I was on nobody's MySpace top 8. Talking about dating ourselves again. We're having volcanoes with our top 8. But
every time me and Frank hang out, because he actually can drink. Like he can drink really well and hold his liquor. We always get fucking blacked out. Where it's
just like Godzilla versus King Kong. Where it's
we're friendly the entire time, but there still comes a certain part of the night that every time I've drank with Frank, I don't remember. Like I time travel at a certain
there's
point.
a breaking point where it's just all right.
And I'm not close enough with Frank to know if he is time traveling too. Like,
Yeah, he is.
That's what I'm saying. Godzilla versus Kong. You guys both knock each other out, wake up in the fucking ashes. Like, what the fuck did we do? Did we do this? I thought we were friends.
Well, Godzilla wins. I do not win when I fight Frank.
No, they never really. No one really wins in those movies.
Well, the last one there was a definite winner.
Oh well, then Mechagodzilla came and fucked you both up.
Paco.
And I was gonna say tequila, but whatever. So, what was the first time though you got drunk?
No le hace nada. It was literally I was 5 or 6. So
5. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, don't gloss over this. This is a real story.
well, it's the same thing as you. It was a taste. No one gave me a whole beer.
Okay.
It was just a matter of. The 90s were a very jolly time for my family because the Cowboys were winning 3 Super Bowls that decade.
Oh.
So everything, I mean, even to this day and age, like, I don't know how to have a get-together that's not a carne asada.
Right.
And this is also like
well, quite frankly, there's no get-together without one, quite frankly. Like, if I went to your house and you weren't cooking and I didn't bring something, I'd hate you, honestly.
Where's the meat, Gober?
Yeah. I'm the meat guy. Technically, I am the meat guy because I always bring the meats, but that's what we should do.
But it's, when you're Mexican, it's specifically... Oh, my child is turning 4. Carne asada.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a promotion at my job. Carne asada. The Cowboys are playing today. Carne asada. Like, it's literally like over and over and over again.
Right.
Until, like, right now, beef is pretty expensive and nobody does carne asada.
And COVID. And
well, I'm even before COVID. Like, the price of buying several steaks was not what it was when
you guys bought steaks. I've noticed that you buy, like, people in Texas, actually. So, like, I have my brother-in-law. He's Texan. When he cooks out big. But he always buys steaks. We never bought steak. We bought hamburgers, dogs, and a tri-tip. That was our food. Like, we never, or some sort of carne. We never actually got full-on steaks. But y'all motherfuckers eat steak like a mother.
We would buy 7 steak, which is like the cheapest.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to say, like, that's what my family would buy.
No, but even then, right? Like, everyone gets like a nice, like, that big old chunk. No, we had fucking grilled chicken. We had everything else.
And then the
but
next
that.
day you have guisado, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Sounds so nice. But so at one of those
the only
times,
thing I don't like 7 steak is that it's really thin, so it doesn't hold the marinade.
I don't even know what that looks like.
It's just gonna look like a
a
small cut of
T-bone,
meat.
but yeah.
Oh, there it is. 7 steak. Oh, that is real thin.
Yeah,
it is
it's
super
really
thin.
thin.
Yeah.
But so one of those times, one of those Cowboy Super Bowls, you got drunk as a 12-year-old.
No, I didn't get drunk. It was just a little bit like take a sip.
What was the first time you got drunk? That sounds like more fun.
Well, just to finish that story, it was a Michelob.
Michelob.
Michelob. My dad was a Michelob drinker when I was little, and I always thought that was fancy because the label looked so cool.
It says Ultra on it.
Yeah,
That means it's the best.
I didn't know about Ultra until I was like 19 that it meant ultra light, and it just is a calorie thing.
Deficient thing. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's why Michelob Ultra now is the sports beer.
Oh, yeah, and we also have to go to Keychain. Is that what us black folk would call a cookout? Yes.
Yeah.
So black folk have the cookout. Latinos, Mexicans have the carne asada.
We need to get on TikTok to make that meme rolling.
Yeah, like a versus or just a comparison?
No, like you know how it's already an established mean, like, oh, you're invited to the cookout.
People do that already. Yeah, they're invited to the carne asada. There's certain people that are. I forget who though. Honestly, people giving out passes that they shouldn't be giving out. Quite frankly,
You can be the Mexi Lord.
what?
The Mexi Lord, like the Vanta Lord that invites people to the cookout.
Oh no, that's too much power. I don't think I qualify. Quite frankly, I call myself the Mexcellence, and I don't think I qualify for that type of power.
Just stand up tall and put the camera up, and then it's like,
Gina Rodriguez, you are not invited.
actually, I didn't put the mic here for this, but it's instead of like ironing, like it would be Sam like making tortillas.
He's representing a specific TikToker who makes a judgment on whether somebody should be joined, invited to the cookout, and he's pretend ironing for some reason.
He
in this
pretends
metaphor.
to iron his dragon, is what it is.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, but it's just funny if you don't know that. And
Right.
He's just doing this motion for no reason.
You are invited to the cookout. That's he just does that voice, whatever. So I just be like, "You're welcome to the carne asada. Bring the jeeps."
First time I got drunk is Leo would buy alcohol. So Leo is a you met Leo when we were floating the river. Mm-hmm. Leo is the son of divorced parents, so he just kind of bounces around. Like sometimes he'll stay with his aunt, and then because of that, he's more raised by his aunts than his parents. And they're just like, "What do you need? Like, you want me to go buy you like a case here?"
Oh shit!
Yeah. So we always had that on lock from the time we were 14, and then we would just go to Gabriel's apartment and buy and drink. It was Miller Lite at the time. Miller Lite and Smirnoff Ice makes a return, but I would just drink Miller Lite.
Right, and so you just be selling weed and hamsters and drinking Miller Lights while playing D&D, not D&D, Risk.
Counter-Strike is one of them for sure.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And Risk.
That sounds like a kind of a great time. Not gonna lie. Now, like today, like I would do at least 3 of those things in that order. So. But
There's
no.
a more fun story where I got drunk in Mexico. That was like from the time I was 15 and on, because I was a football player, so I had friends that were football players. So going to Boys Town and going to Mexico was just normal.
Yeah, and that, I don't know, maybe you can describe one of those stories for the people out there that are not on the border. Because for you, that's every day, or at least was for a time.
Yeah, because the drinking age in Mexico is just, can you look over the bar?
Right. And so, and I don't have those stories.
I still can't drink over there.
Oh my God. Well, all right. Well, let's go. I want to kind of set that up, help you set up kind of the next phase of this, which is kind of the culture of drinking. Because as you mentioned, in Mexico, everybody drinks. Everybody has access to drinking. What's the drinking age there? Is there even really one? Is 18?
Say it's like roughly 16.
Yeah, I think it's actually 16.
Let me see.
Legally, it's probably 18, but 16, no one's going to bat an eye.
Right. It is technically 18, but there's people drinking whatever at any time in any place. So
Yeah, we would literally go to the nightclubs and stuff.
right. I forgot. Well, see, now that makes more sense because it is 18. Because when I was 19, I went to TJ with my brother and his friend, and to get into this place we were getting into, we had to buy you had to buy drinks. So I paid my money, and they gave me 2 tecates, and I'm like, I'm 19. Why are you giving this to me? I sound like Mickey Mouse for some reason. And I was just like, cool. I was already drinking by then, but I was like, cool. And I was just drinking at that club or whatever, having a good time. So you were there at 15 years old, 16 years old. Like
15 would probably be when Michael Guillen took me to the
already
first time.
5'10", 11 probably, almost as tall as you are now.
I have no idea. I have no reference for my height because I've always been taller than everybody except for like people claim they were taller than me in elementary. I just don't remember that well.
Oh, so you've always just been large.
Yeah.
Same as me. But
Yeah.
but you were tall enough, looked old enough, though they didn't fucking care.
No.
Because
Well, they didn't really even fucking care if we were because we were still spending money.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I remember vividly friends would be there with high school lettermans. Like it was
Jesus
they
Christ.
just didn't care.
Right. And then so you would just go cross the border because you said there was like a bridge that you pay money. It's like
Yeah.
$5, get out.
No, it's not
across.
$5. It's $1.25.
$1.25. You explained that last time, and I was like, "What? There's a bridge? You could just pay $1.25, go back and forth?"
It's actually strange to me when there is not a bridge. Like it's like, how do New Mexicans get to Mexico?
I have no idea. Because in San Diego, there's like the second fucking 12-lane traffic going in.
Yeah.
Nobody walks over. I guess technically I did, but I did. I went in, what was it called? San Ysidro, which is the San Ysidro is on the border. It is the border city. And me and my brother and his friends, we just walked across. I had my birth certificate, which is insanity, and I had my college ID and just my wits about me. I was 19. My brother is 6 years older than me, so
Yeah, I just had my ID then. They didn't really
Yeah.
care too much
Yeah.
about immigration until like
Oh shit, my brother was 25. That's fucking crazy. Sorry. I just thought about that. I was 19, he was 25, and his friends. We go and we just see all the fucking armed guards and shit, like with their M16s or whatever, just like watching us. I'm like, oh cool. They didn't really care. They didn't bother
No,
to
they're
stop us.
paramilitary. Every
Yeah.
country except the United States is paramilitary.
Uh-huh.
They're like the equivalent of SWAT, but they don't always have to do SWAT stuff. They can just be in the corner.
Right. And so they were just in the
I
corner.
mean, that's what happens when you fight cartels.
Right. And then we had our fun. This was a drinking story, more of a other fun festivity story that I'll tell behind a paywall. And then we get back, and then the border patrol guy, he looks. I give him my college ID first because I didn't even have a state ID or nothing. He looks at me. He goes, "You ever leave the country, son?" I was like, "No, sir." He goes, "You just did." And he just threw it at me. He gave it to me. Oh, cool. My brother had a full-on passport, and he looks like me enough. So, and then me, my perfect English. Yeah, I'm selling drugs in America. Like, he's not gonna believe that for shit. So, yeah, I got off fine, but I did illegally immigrate to Mexico very briefly, and I got offered a donkey show roughly 5 minutes into that whole entire endeavor. I
Never
thought that
got
was a
offered
fucking
that.
joke, huh?
Never seen that.
Yeah, my foot. So
That seems to be on that side.
yeah, yeah. Like Carlos Mencia, for those of you who remember talking about elderly references, he had a joke with donkey show, donkey show. He said it all the time, and I thought it was fucking fake. Of course, my foot leaves the fucking taxi cab from the border. Hey, donkey show. I'm like, what? Oh God, no.
It's funny, for all this like dangerous things that I did, taking a taxi in Mexico seems kind of scary for me.
As someone who's ridden many a taxi in Mexico,
Yeah,
it's
no.
an adventure on its own.
That guy wasn't bad. The guy was nice. English speaker. He knew we were fucking American. It's fine. It was that guy. So it was donkey show, and then immediately after, it was a white guy in sweatpants and a tank top. Hey, they stole all my stuff. They just let me out of Mexican jail. I just need like $20 to get out, and we'll get back over the border or whatever. And we're like, nah, man, leave us alone. And then the guy, like the clerk or some guy on the street, was like, yeah, that guy does that every hour.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's his whole shtick, is just pretending like he got out of Mexican jail. But drinking. I drank that night. It was fun. My brother abandoned me in a Mexican strip club. That was fun. Wild night, to say the least. So, but that's the thing. Culturally, I feel like you were expected to drink. Like I mentioned in college, being on the Chicano floor, they all were already drinking, and I was just like, I'm new at this. Couldn't let them know, but I was new at it, and so I had to build up my tolerance. I had to pretend I drank like I did. Well, these guys were already fucking champs at the shit, and then just building up their tolerance at a certain point because there was no restriction. Nobody, the RAs were fucking, they were drinking too. Shit, like you're doing all sorts of heinous shit. So I went to that party school, drank a lot. My tolerance went real high, and that's why I'm not like a day drinker. I don't drink like every day like my dad used to, like my uncles used to. I binge drink. If I'm gonna drink, other than like this right now, I'm probably gonna have just this one. But when I go out, I'll have 4, 5, 6, 7, depending on how fun the night is, and that's how I drink. If there's like a carne asada, I actually don't even do it as much there anymore because I used to see what my uncles used to do. They would just sit, park, and I'd go fetch them the beer.
They have a TV?
Not TV or a fire pit. One or the other.
Oh man, I kind of miss those fire pit. Like no one kind of tells you that you'll miss like those uncle times. But it's like we don't. Yeah.
Well, that was the thing. The two of the core have passed away from that. So the circle is ours, as us. We're the uncles
So
now.
there's 2 seats open. You should step up.
Oh no, I was already in the circle because they let.
Damn.
Yeah, no, they as long as you shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Wait, if you ever want to see me shut the fuck up, put me in one of those pits because if you misspeak once around your Mexican uncles, fucking dead. Like. I made a one-off joke by accident in front of my uncles, and I'm still apparently only drinking apple teenies. Like that, I made an apple teeny reference, and they're like, "Oh, there's Sammy, the apple teeny drinker." Every time I walk in, I'm 30. I made that joke when I was like 20, and it's still stuck with me. So
what are they drinking? Are they still drinking Budweiser?
they actually a lot of them stopped drinking because they're grandfathers now. So that was the thing. So.
My grandma drank until she died.
Well, that's why I want to bring up because like.
Are we going dark now?
Yeah, no. I mean, it is dark. It's life, right?
Yeah.
Because my dad, I wouldn't say he had a drinking problem. Then again, he started tapering off when I was a kid. When he was doing 2-a-day jobs and stuff like that with my siblings, he was probably drinking a lot more. But I don't know that guy of him. He wasn't particularly violent or anything like that, or maybe a little belligerent, but not violent particularly. And so he was a drinker. Like I said, he had a 6-pack or 3 at least every night, just those full Budweisers, and that was it. We go to those parties with my uncles, his brothers mostly, and they would all just fucking pound him. And he's the oldest. He would stop, but then the other ones would just keep fucking drinking. His brothers and his brother-in-law and shit, my deals. And it got to the point he told me he was like 45 or some shit around that. I must have been like middle school, high schoolish, and he had stopped drinking like that. And I was like, hey, Dad, I noticed you don't drink your 6-pack a day anymore. And he's like, yeah, I want to be around for my grandkids. And he had no grandkids at this time, but he made the active decision, like, I got to stop fucking drinking or else I'm going to die. And unfortunately, that's why it gets dark, is because that's how my grandfather died. He had kidney failure. He drank. He partied. He lived hard, working the field, sheep shear. So he already saw that take out a guy. I never met him. He never met any of his other extended family, and like the babies and stuff that we have now, because he probably would still be alive if he lived a little normal. My grandmother died maybe 4 years ago now. So
I know the alcohol doesn't help, and this is a different episode.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that grandfather generation, it's not as much the booze as much as like everything in their life was shit.
Oh yeah, he went to war. He was picking all sorts. He was picking fruits.
Like
and
when your
shearing
diet
sheep.
is just beans and 2 flour tortillas, and then like
lard,
and then never saw a chiropractor, never saw a doctor until you're 60. Like, yeah, you're
Right.
not going to live.
Right. He made it, I think, to 63, 64.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a happy 70s. I'll put it that way.
But his kidneys not working didn't help necessarily.
No, I'm not lying that
it's the ad. It's the yes and of it, right? And so he made that decision, and then my uncles went a little bit further. Then they started having grandkids, and they were like, "Yeah, I kind of want to be alive." And so, but the problem was the other side of my family, my mom's family. My mom's mostly sisters, they're mostly girls, and so their husbands, they were loosely friends of my dad. Like one of them was directly a friend of my dad from his high school time. He was an alcoholic proper. My other uncle who drank a lot, he was in the military. He was Vietnam and Desert Storm, and he drank a lot.
Damn, that's a long time to be in the 70s for Vietnam.
I think he had a gap.
I was like,
yeah, I think he
to be
did
in the
Vietnam
70s
and then
for Vietnam and then be in the 90s. It's like, bro, you could have retired 3 years ago.
No, I think he went to Vietnam, got drafted, if I'm not mistaken. Like my other uncle, the same uncle I was talking about, they both got drafted.
Oh, well, that would make sense if he got drafted. It's like you didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
So when your term was up.
Yeah. And then but I guess he liked it, went back for Desert Storm, whatever. And so he drank 2, I'm trying to think of that whole side. But then my uncle, my mom's younger brother, once again, hard drinker. Grandpa, classic drinker, drink every time, right? Grandfather, he got cancer of liver, I think, but he was already like 80. So that was life, and then that's what killed him. My other Uncle Bob died in his sleep, beer in his hand, and they couldn't get a hold of it. Just went to sleep in his chair, done. Just because he couldn't stop drinking. Other one got cancers elsewhere, old age /
I don't want to make light of this. But,
That's fine.
But dying with the beer in your hand sounds kind of cool.
I mean, I don't know if he had a beer in his hand, but honestly, the thing was that his life was going pretty rough at the time anyway. Everyone was kind of happy that it went like that. Like it was less like because he had lived a hard life. He got drafted, got his teeth blown out in training because somebody threw a grenade wrong. He got fucked up. And then, so then he was like a physical laborer. He's like doing those water jugs. Like that was his job. So he lived hard too, same kind of way.
Yeah.
And the friend of the drink, but the drink got him. But he was already splitting from my tia. I'm putting all the fucking cheese out there. But he was already splitting from my tia. He couldn't get a whole handle of his liquor. It wasn't doing too well. And yeah, they found him passed out. No, not passed out, gone in his chair. And they were like, if anything, that's kind of what you want for. That's what we wanted for him. Like not for him to die, not for him to but not for him to suffer. We don't want him to suffer. And going out in your chair is very.
I was about to say, like going out in your. And my grandma died in my grandpa's chair. Like it was just kind of like
it's comfort.
Yeah.
Right. It's like it's like you move. It's. You don't know. He didn't know that he was gonna just go that. And it's a little sad, but at the same time, he was peaceful. He was at rest and he's good.
I think past like 75, it's just like it was okay.
Right.
Like that's kind of what.
Like talking about drinking?
No.
Oh, passing. Yeah.
Passing. Like for most of my family, like if a relative dies before 75, it's like, oh, he was so young.
Yeah.
And it could be 62, but they'll be like, oh, he was so young. But if it was like 78, they're like, oh, like he had a good run.
Yeah. My dad's like, if I make it past 80, that's bonus time essentially. So, and he's 60, gonna be 69. Nice. So, but yeah, so my dad's off the drink because it killed his dad. It's already killed a couple of my uncles, or at least assisted, right? And I kind of always saw it as that. So I was like, I never really got a taste for liquor like you do. Like you enjoy the taste of alcohol. I particularly don't. There's a couple things I like, of course, and I like the way I feel when I drink sometimes. But other than that, the risk reward at this age for me at 30, I can't do it anymore. And the fact that I'm already unhealthy in other ways, I'm like, I don't need any more vices, dog. So I've actually weaned off of alcohol a lot compared to what I used to do. Obviously, a lot of people do, but maybe sooner than some of my peers, because I got some friends back from college that are like getting married and shit, and they're still fucking Edward 40 handsing at 32, and I'm like, good God,
That's
guys.
not fun.
Yeah, that's like that's like whimsical alcoholism. Like it's fun. It's fun for photos, but
It's not fun for photos at 30.
they think so.
it's
They
not.
think so. I'm saying they think so. They're the ones
So-
posting it, right?
When I was 21, the girl that when I was 23, the girl that I was dating, her parents were millionaires, but more importantly, her cousin, his name was David. He was probably 35, and he took a shining to me. Like, he thought it was pretty cool. And one time he got drunk, and he's like, my favorite beer used to be Newcastle. Then it was Long Island iced teas. Now it's martinis. Now it's whiskey sours. And then he was like, the more money I made, the more that I moved up in life, the more expensive like all that stuff got.
Right, yeah.
And that seems like the way to kind of go, as opposed to like buying Mickeys at 30.
Right. Yeah, I don't show up to your party. Hey, bro, I brought the Mad Dog. Like, oh my God.
They don't sell that one. Oh wait, no,
Yeah,
they
they
do.
do. No,
Sorry, I was thinking Red Dog, which is another story for
Oh,
another
Jesus
day.
Christ. No, Mad Dog 2020, baby.
Yeah.
If I came to your house with Mad Dog 2020, how hard would you punch me in the chest?
What color was it?
Red.
That's fine.
Okay. We would make some punch out of it. But no, that like there is an echelon there, but my uncles, like they did switch to the lighter beers eventually, right? And they still drink, but they don't drink like they used to, right? And if they do, they'll do it one night a year, maybe three nights a year, where it's like a wedding or a birthday.
I was about to say, like, my uncles and me might drink at Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. That'll be about it.
Like hard or just regular?
Like hard.
Yeah.
Like most days that I run into them, it'll be like I ran into my cousin Danny like a month ago, and we just had 2 beers at Hobdoddy. That's not bad.
Yeah. See, and like even my cousin who was like the party drinker, he also went to UC Santa Barbara a couple years before me. He used to drink a lot, like for the sport. And now he's got a kid. He's like, he's out the game, right? But
I don't like to drink in front of my kid, so there's that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. See, that was the thing. But that was us growing up, right?
Yeah.
People were drinking all the time. We're opening beers for people. We know what type of Modelo and what type of Corona and shit that they wanted, right? And so, like, with that embedded in the culture, and with it being okay for so long, do you think it's shifting with us finally, that we're not drinking as much, or we're more cognizant of it, or are they still people like our friends or certain friends that we have that are still that traditional kind of fun, whimsical alcoholic?
I have both sides going on. Like I have friends that have moved up. I feel like I'm in between, which is I always feel like I'm in between worlds, which is why I want to do this podcast. But it's in between the higher echelon, like what David was talking about, where it's like you move up. Eventually, you get into mixed drinks, and when you get into mixed drinks, like you drink a Manhattan, like that's a really strong, like chest burning drink.
Expensive, yeah,
and it's also expensive. It's like $18 or $15, depending on where you get it.
Right.
And if you buy all the stuff for it, you're buying like 20 things. Like, like it's not easy.
Right.
Bourbon, sweet vermouth, and a cherry.
Yeah, and it's those special black cherries that are delicious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah. They're not maraschinos in this bitch. They're the real good ones.
It does have bitters. Also bitters.
And all that aside, it's like I have a cousin that'll show up, and he just shows up with 2 cases of Bud Light or something like that. Like I still have
How old
those.
is he?
38. I'm the youngest for one.
Right. But like he's like 38. Like I I did it once at one of your barbecues where I brought a whole thing of Dos Equis, like a 24-pack, and it sat there for a long time because none of us drank it. You were drinking your fancy beers. I was drinking. I had like maybe 2. You had some fancy beers, and so like I was like, oh, we don't even have to do this anymore. Like Marcos already has a fridge full of beer, and he's drinking a liquor, and he's drinking fancier things than fucking Dos, right?
Yeah.
And then I had it in my house, and I didn't even drink it in my house. I had you guys were taking it and just kind of as show booze, right? So. But like JJ, how are you on booze now? Like, or how is your family with it? Right?
My dad stopped drinking a while ago. No reason in particular. Whenever anyone asks him, he just says it just wasn't fun anymore.
Right.
And he stopped.
Right.
But like I'm grown. I might not be having grandkids anytime soon, but he ain't got to worry about that because he's already a grandpa.
Right.
So, there you go. The one that's probably a little more surprising to me because since we stopped going to Fort Worth so often, where most of my extended family from my dad's side is, I have an uncle, Maudi. He is a hard drinker. Like I can't remember a time when he came over to visit and he didn't have like a beer in his hand or wasn't drinking.
Right, yeah.
And he wouldn't get like trashed, but he would drink pretty much all day, every day.
Right.
His son, one of his sons, my cousin Robert, he was friends with Hennessy Mike, hence the story of Hennessy Mike. The origin tales of Hennessy Mike.
The origin of Hennessy Mike.
No, he would go hard at like every party, every quinceañera, every family gathering that we would have. He would always go hard.
Right.
I remember there was one time when we went to Castroville when one of my other uncles got that ranch. There's no liquor stores in Castroville. Like there's nothing nearby.
Right.
And he had
It's a one-horse town.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He went over to the man with the horse and asked him if he could borrow it to go to the gas station to get some beer.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And he went over to the gas station to get some beer, and it's a tiny gas station. They didn't have like the big ass 24 case of like Bud Light,
They had 6
which was his
packs.
go-to. Yeah, and he's like, they only had the 18. Like I could down like one of those by myself.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Tonight, like, give me an hour. How much time
Right.
you got?
There
But
is
he stopped drinking.
Oh,
like
shit.
recently, he stopped drinking, and I don't know if it's because of his kids or because
Well, that's because that's the thing. Like, at least my grandfather, I never met him. I don't think he barely stopped until he got sick or cancer, whatever he got. Right, that made him sick. My grandpa did eventually. He's fucking 80. You got to start drinking at some point, right? But like, I don't know, man. There was a certain point where they were well into their 50s drinking hard, like young men.
Yeah.
Like at these parties.
I
and
have
it's-
those uncles.
Right. And but it's like, even now, I can't go that hard that often. And so, like, it kind of, I think, goes with like mental health stuff too. Where like,
there
instead of
is a-
therapy, just drink it.
Well, there's a weird thing to be said. Like, yes, it's not healthy to drink a 6-pack every day. I don't think any of us. I don't really know anybody that does that.
I would fight. If any of my friends were drinking a 6-pack a day, I'd fight them.
not a day.
Yeah, you guys drink often, but not a day.
No.
Like
I felt
if we're
bad
going
enough
to a
drinking-
carne asada, I'll take a 6-pack and maybe I'll finish it there.
Yeah,
but that's it.
right. No, but you don't do that
Tomorrow,
tonight.
I'm not
Yeah.
drinking another 6-pack.
Right.
Yeah, I felt pretty not great this weekend just drinking 2 days in a row.
Right.
But that being said, when it goes back to this, there is something to be said that once some figureheads in your family die, the people that organize all the events, and it becomes more and more rare to have things like a get-together for Thanksgiving, to have a get-together for, like, I don't know, somebody gets married, somebody dies. Like, it becomes more and more rare. Like, when my grandma died, it was almost a celebration because it's like, hey, man, all the branches of the family have not gotten together in, like, 9 years.
Yeah. And, and that's the way it goes at this point now. It's at the point where if the people that are going to die in the next 10 years, and then we're the ones that are going to die in the next 20, right? Like, that's just the way it is.
Next 20? You only expect to live to 50?
Oh, I'm not good at math. Well, I said next 10, so that's like, what, 40, 60? Yeah.
Give me a drink.
No, not my bubbly libation. Sorry, I haven't had real glasses, and that little clinkle is very nice. But
I broke mine.
Huh?
I broke mine.
Oh no! Shut up, JJ. He meant his spectacles, but spectacles. But yeah. So we all kind of stopped. Like life just was like, okay, you guys are done drinking now, and like I don't think
It's not a party if it happens every night.
right. But for that generation, it was happening every night. That's the confusing thing is like when you have a ailment, which like my uncle did. He had an ailment. He couldn't stop drinking. It's just what he did, and nothing could stop him from drinking. Like that's a scary point to be at because there was no help for him. Like they tried, but like if like he was out at a party, someone would make a comment, make a joke about it, or give him one, right? And so anytime he tried to get off the stuff, there's not real much support. He tried the O'Doul's thing, but that's gross, and nobody likes O'Doul's.
That's what my cousin's doing now.
Right.
The O'Doul's.
The O'Doul's, yeah. And apparently people are starting to do the Death Water, too, because it's in a can. And
That's funny.
It looks like it's a beer, so it just looks like you're not left out.
Tastes great.
Yeah, it's sparkling water, or whatever. But I just find it weird that, like, let me generalize. Our generation, I guess the millennial generation, got tired of our fucking dads getting drunk as shit and not wanting to be that example. I have a friend in particular who never drank in college. Once again, party school. We were in the not frat that I was a part of. When we had big parties, we always drank. This guy to this day does not drink, and so not to put his business out there because it's vague as shit. Huh? No. I'll tell this. I'll tell the story anonymously because we had. Events like a camp out with all 60 of us, right? As a big group event, whatever. And
we had a lot of campsites.
No, it's just one. We just took one spot and we had the whole thing. We almost died in the lake. We almost sank our boat. But anyway, so we had a plática, which is where we tell all our business and stories. It's private, it was safe, and it's been like 10 years since that moment. And it's also an anonymous guy. And so his dad would drink a lot to the point one time where the cops got called and it was a big old scene and it was not a good thing. And he was like, yeah, I'm never drinking. And he just never did. And because he was just like, I can't have that happen ever again. That feeling I had, never having that happen again. And I know a lot of guys that have had stories like that, maybe not the police, but violent situations or their dad beat the hell out of them or something. And it's like, I can't think of any of my friends, because my friends are dope, that beat their kids. I can't even think of my friends, like acquaintances that never left Fresno, that beat their kids, right? Like that cycle, I think, is starting to break a little bit.
I feel if they beat their kids, you might not know about it unless they're in jail. Because I have friends that are in jail, and I don't know why they're in jail. Like, if it might be that.
Right, but...
Well, not friends, they're acquaintances.
Right.
Yeah.
No, people that you knew from high school, right? But, like, there was one girl, she was addicted to meth years and years ago. Great mother now. Like, she got off the shit, and now she's fucking fantastic. Like, she's doing all the things. Kids are good kids. They're doing well in school. I see all the updates and shit. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And then you got the other ones that, like, their kids are going to good schools and stuff, and, like, they drink and they party the same way. They still young people. They still have their sororities and their fraternity friends and our friends, whatever. But I think that, like, big chunk of my friends, that balance has shifted to where they just don't drink anymore. And I think it has to do with that because hearing from a female perspective, Mexican dads are shitty. Like, generally speaking, from the female perspective, at least from what I've heard, a lot of the girls, Mexican girls and Latina girls I've met, their dads didn't treat them as well as the men. And then when they got drunk, it was even worse. So, like, I think a lot of that shit from our forefathers knocked us off of this, I think.
I don't think it's that as much as just people got kind of bored with it in a way. Like, when it comes to this kind of drinking culture. And then, like, to make an unfair comparison, when it comes to... You go back far enough to the 70s. Mm-hmm. That's, like, a good starting point. Cigarette smoking was so common, you could do it on a plane.
Right.
And... I still remember as a kid, my dad taking me to restaurants where smoking was okay indoors.
They didn't have smoking sections?
No.
Oh, shit. Well, that's also Texas. I can vaguely remember smoking sections. I think it's in Mrs. Doubtfire, right? Smoking and non-smoking. And they go to the restaurant, to the non-smoking section.
I remember the buffet having a smoking section. But yeah, there's points in my childhood where I remember there was no smoking section. It wasn't divided.
Right.
It was just
and it's just that... The DARE program works. After enough time, after enough people hearing it, it does get to a point where it's people just stop doing it.
Is it because it's not cool anymore, or do we know because we know of the effects and what it does now?
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah. Now we know more of the effects, like even beyond the dare, like extreme propaganda.
If you drink once, you will get into a car accident and die, JJ. You individually, JJ.
Even beyond that, we know that like you yourself start finding your own limits.
Right.
Like I found out like many times the hard way. Okay, this is bad.
This is no good.
This is literally poison I'm ingesting, and it makes me do stupid, dumb things.
Yeah.
And then I feel like shit in the morning. Probably best if I do it in moderation. Damn it, the dare bitches were right.
No, man, I remember my first hangover. And I was like, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, and I go to the breakfast, the dining comms, the cafeteria in college, and they're like, Sam, you all right? I'm like, nah, I'm just woke up with a headache. I think I'm fine. Like, dude, you're hungover. I'm like, what? No, what is that? Like, what's a hangover? But no, I've blacked out exactly once in my life, and it wasn't even a total blackout. I remembered bits and pieces of that night.
I don't think anyone ever totally blacks out.
Well, there's the brownout where you remember, and then there's the blackout.
Yeah.
Like, there's a blackout is you forget that moment, and then until you wake up. There was still like visage, just was like consciousness, and I'm gone. Consciousness, and I'm gone. And I did that once, and then I heard all the stories of how much of a jackass I was, and some other stuff that I was just like, yeah, I'm never doing that fucking again because I had no control of myself. It was awful. When it was a club party, and I went into the kitchen like 4 times thinking it was the bathroom at the swingy doors, and I saw a white light, and I was like, I had thrown up already.
I would not think that's a bathroom.
I had thrown up already on like in a trash can, but on my hand, I was like, I need to wash my hands. Like it's just the hella hard, just slammed, gorilla slam. Like, hey, this is not. You can't be in here. I'm like, I just gotta wash my hands. And I was like polite. I wasn't doing, but I did like 4 times, just full Donkey Kong club my hands into the kitchen, and then I got kicked out that first time. Yeah, it was not a fun night, but. Yeah, and I guess like kind of as a side ancillary thing to that, we're talking about like tobacco smoking and stuff like that. Like, do you think that there's going to be like
a resurgence?
Well,
is that what you're gonna say?
people think you're drinking like White Claw. You know, like White Claw is like easy drinking now. Like we had liquor, and then we had Four Locos, and they're like, okay, that's too dangerous. You can't have Four Locos anymore. And
you
then
can still buy Four Locos,
but not with the caffeine.
No,
the real Four Loco. That was a dangerous couple
Don't they
months.
still sell them in Canada?
They probably still sell them in other places. The same way that TJ got 151.
151. But like Truly's though is like candy. It's like super easy to drink, and it gets you pretty drunk. Don't you think that those things are going to probably take off even further? Do you think?
I think that
They
still
come in waves.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
There was Zima for a while.
that was what people were making fun of people like that were drinking Smirnoff Ice the first time I got drunk at a punk rock party at 14.
Well, I guess the question is,
Take away Zima away.
no, I guess the question is like,
Smirnoff is coming back with me. I didn't realize they have a tamarindo flavor. I saw it at HEB, and I was like,
You should have brought it for this episode.
Juan stopped me from making a terrible decision.
bro, they're going Gatorade with their flavors.
Yeah, man.
Haterade.
I might go next week.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we always talk about it like, oh yeah, we're better now, but then people find a way to keep drinking, smoking, doing all that shit, right?
Well, for one, let's be real. Like drinking a Truly's drinking a Bud Light is not the end of the world.
Right.
Drinking a Truly's is also kind of healthier than that. I think calorie wise.
calorie-wise.
It's to everything. There's a limitation. It's just we have moved away, like as for a long way from bringing this back to Mexicano. Drinking mezcal on the side of the street from those little clay cups,
Right.
Being like the drunk mice in Speedy Gonzalez commercial,
Right.
or if you're American, drinking moonshine. Like
Right.
we've come a long way from that to where, I mean, you can still. I shoot whiskey straight. It's just a matter of knowing where your limits are and understanding like. I mean, there's just too much at risk if you do things irresponsibly.
Now we're starting to sound like Dare. There's just too many risks.
It's also that the laws caught up, right? Because
Yeah.
George W. was how trashed in the
Oh, jeez, yeah. All the time.
Yeah, and he's still got elected president, and
Right.
no repercussions.
Yeah, but he found Jesus. You can still do that today.
Yeah, just find Jesus, JJ. You find yourself.
I'm pretty sure he found Jesus after he was president, bro.
He was also doing cocaine. Lots and lots of
Yeah.
cocaine.
But that was also before he found Jesus.
Yeah, but still, I just wonder because I guess the question then, the ultimate is, do we break it? Do we break the stigma of the alcoholic Mexican? Are we doing yard work and then drinking Coronas to hydrate versus Gatorades and water? Just fucking drinking water.
I feel like by
The problem
breaking,
with water is fish fucking it.
That is true. Fish do fucking water.
I feel by breaking the stigma, like life is still meant to be lived. Like if you want to be extremely safe about everything, you would stop eating red meat for sure. Red meat is not healthy for you,
Right.
compared to like chicken or fish.
Yeah.
Like so, if you want to live a completely sterile life, you would stop eating red meat. You would stop drinking all forms of alcohol. Like there's a long list of things that you shouldn't do, but life is still meant to be lived. So everything in moderation is fine, and then that is my goal.
Right.
Like, I'm never going to be a person where I drink a 6-pack every day. I don't even like to drink 2 days in a row, like right now.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just about when there's something to be enjoyed, there's something to be enjoyed. Or having one beer with food every once in a while.
Right.
But like, I have no idea how I'm going to keep up with you saying that October is your party month.
Yeah, man. Well, like I don't. It could be not even party stuff. I might be lame and just be like, "Let's go bowling, cousin." Like I don't like. Who
I will
cares?
drink at the bowling alley.
Right, I drink at the bowling alley. I probably drink more at bowling alleys than I drink
that
anywhere
big
else.
ass, like tower with the bowling ball at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll float that bitch.
Oh, fuck yeah. No. So the places I drink the most: bowling alleys, karaoke bars. Those are the two places I just. Oh my God, no.
Do you actually have fun at karaoke bars? 'Cause
Absolutely,
I don't.
dude. Well, I know that's why we never go because you don't want to go.
No, I mean, I'll go to.
You won't
there's one-
sing.
There's one right
Well,
here.
that's
Yeah.
the reason why. That's not the reason why I don't go. Is like, let's say I found like at Chris's party, I had songs to sing. I don't know how people actually like you. That is, you don't frequent it. When you frequent it, because I used to frequent karaoke bars, it's like, oh, it's the same 8 people. They just submit their lineup over and over and
Yeah,
over.
I don't do that shit. God bless. I'm not that guy.
But that's what I mean. When you're a tourist, like we would be in that area, it's like, oh, cool. Thanks for your suggestion. We'll call you in 2.5 hours. Like that's why
right,
I don't have fun doing
My
karaoke.
experience of karaoke bars has been mostly in the booth, like in the private booth, where it's
where
an
you make
actual
your
party.
own. Yeah, you make your own
so-
fun, and you're doing that. Nah, man, I'm a sucker for a stage, dude. There's a place in New Orleans that like has a stage, and it's a long ass wait like that. But when you get up there and the people are drunk enough, you pick a good enough song, like.
They won't cut you off in New Orleans, though. That's
Yeah.
the difference. That like here in Texas, it's like, oh, it's 12:30. I'm sorry, we don't have time for your song here today.
Yeah.
And New Orleans is like, it's 4 a.m, boy. Let's go.
Still got 12 other songs to get through.
No, but
Half of them are Freebird.
no, that's the fucking rule about it though. Is if you're gonna do karaoke, you have to feel the vibe of the bar, and then you can't do what the fuck you want. You have to do what the vibe. You must have a list of things in the vibe of the bar that you have to do, because if everyone's having a good time and someone just finishes singing like Crazy Little Thing Called Love, it's like, yeah, fucking Queen, and then you're like, I did it my. It's like, shut up, Frank Sinatra, you fuck. Get out of here. You're never gonna be on American Idol. You suck, right? That's who I hate when it comes to karaoke bars. I'm the guy. I'll dance and sing. I don't give a fuck. But it's gonna be a song that everybody likes. So. Yeah, but to answer your question, yes, I will get plastered at a karaoke bar and sing in front of the public at the drop of a hat. And bowling is just fun because you go bowl, drink, wait a bunch,
We'll probably go bowling this week then.
drink a little bit
And
more.
especially if we can't go out.
Oh, because it's rainy?
Yeah.
Raining. But yeah. I don't
It
know.
is Oktoberfest this week.
Oh my God.
All the breweries are doing Oktoberfest shit.
What? I
I'm
better
down.
keep drinking. Yeah, I bought all this tequila. I better might as well drink it through the week and get my tolerance back up, baby.
Celis is giving away pretzels.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah, I'm more excited for pretzels than for Oktoberfest.
Yeah, Celis doesn't have a great Oktoberfest beer, but
Oh,
their
no.
pretzels are great.
Yeah, we'll do some pretzels. I want to get those
But
big
their-
ones in
Their
Germany.
wit is good.
This is true.
which is a German beer already. So fuck it.
Fuck it, man. Well, do you have any final thoughts on this topic? I mean, most of it was just we drink. Our uncles drink. We don't drink no more.
I was about to say this actually.
He drank, he fought, he made his ancestors proud.
Usually I set a trail for this episode, so it's a little bit more. Usually I set a trail for this episode.
What was the trail? Do you have anything else you wanted to bring up? Like,
no, well, usually to talk about the culture a little bit more. Like, I'll go into like Mexican type drinks. I just didn't have this one mapped out because I thought you grabbed the reins on it, and it's like this ended up just being actually more like American drinking, and then the second half is like, oh man, this is depressing, and we need to go to Alcoholics Anonymous.
But see, well, that's how maybe that's my perspective of Mexicans drinking.
Yeah.
Is that it is a sad thing. Like, at least in my life, it actually that makes a lot of sense now. Actually, yeah, it's like it is a sad thing.
In mine, it hasn't been that bad. Like, I have that one uncle Mauri, but like I said, he was never like fully trashed. Like, every time I saw him, the worst story I have is Hennessy Mike.
Right. And that's whimsical and fun.
And maybe some of like Paco's drinking stories where when he when he worked at a bar, right? No, it was when he worked at Hertz. One of the kids that he worked with, he was a kid. He was way younger than Paco.
Right.
He had just turned 21, and Paco was like, "Oh, you want to go to 6th Street, do you?
Oh no."
Allow me to be your Sherpa."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And apparently this guy had like never really drank before.
Oh shit.
And,
oh no.
Yeah.
And Paco works at every bar in Austin, so he knows every bartender in Austin.
This was before. This was when he first moved. This was when he was still working at Hertz. But he still knew his way around, and he is a professional drinker.
Right. Yeah, he is A class.
No, he's good. Like, he's no slouch. He may not make it to the pros, but he's good.
He'll make the
he's
triple
minor
A.
leagues.
Triple A, yeah.
I think, God, was his name Billy? I forget this dude's name. But yeah, Paco just ends the story. Yeah,
Billy Brooks.
we went to 6th Street, and I carried him home in my truck. Then I drove him back to his house. He had told his parents that he was going to go out drinking. Mm-hmm. And so his parents like waited up for him, and Paco was not aware of this. So he was like Paco was like in high school mode. All right, come on, Billy. We got to sneak you into your house.
Right,
so that your parents don't find out and like get me in trouble.
Right.
And Billy just like face plants on his lawn.
No.
Pukes everywhere. And then the porch lights come on. And his mom comes out, and Paco's like lifting him up
Out of the puke.
and that's when the mom opens the door, and she's like, "Billy? Hi." And drops Billy. "I'm Paco." "That's Billy. He's fine."
See, I have all these kind of whimsical, good stories. Like,
Paco also knows a man that puked an entire biscuit, like
An
whole.
entire whole biscuit?
Yeah, like they saw him eat it, they saw him chew it, but somehow when he puked it, it was whole.
Well, biscuits are
It's the
a
mystery
flaky.
of life.
Biscuits can be reformed with the right circumstances and yeast build of the alcohol. So I believe that entirely.
But yeah, like I never saw any of my parents like full on drunk. My dad,
I think in the history of all our drunk parties, I never saw a fight, really.
Oh yeah, we never fought. They were not fighters, really. It was all they're siblings, so it's like whatever, we'll just walk away. But like there was what was like one that like comes to mind where there's just times where my dad would drink too much and it's like, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm just gonna stay here at my brother's house or whatever, and that was it.
That sounds fine.
That's fine, yeah, but like he would get like a few times I've seen him. Like I said, less so my era, but he used to get pretty drunk during those big events, right? But other than that, he was fine for the most part.
yeah, the closest I remember seeing like my dad drunk, air quotes, is when I was a kid. I didn't understand what the hell was going on, but I remember that like at the end of like some parties, my mom would drive home for some reason.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of weird because mom usually doesn't drive.
Right.
But whatever. And then it wasn't until like years later when I was watching King of the Hill and Hank was like, "All right, I guess I won't have my beer if you're gonna drink." And I was
Right.
like, "Oh." Dad had like 3 beers and he was like, "I don't want to drive."
Right. No, shoot.
But
no.
my dad was a truck driver. He's like, if I get pulled over and they
Bless me, I'm out of a job forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, no, my mom used to drink brandy and Cokes. and then she would just leave them around the
Presidente?
house. Yeah, probably. No, she would do E&J. Yeah, no, she did that E&J. But anyway, she would leave them around, and like we would also have Cokes, and so be like, ooh, I'm just gonna drink from my Coke. Oh, it's brandy. so we were drinking a lot of alcohol by accident a lot of times in my house, just because we'd lose track of our drinks. But that's the only other alcohol-related thing. But I know you had the history of alcohol in Mexico all situated. I'm sorry.
No, I gave you the
hours
reins
in.
on this one. I'm not going to go back. I'll just have everything more organized next topic.
Well, this is not a bad.
No, it wasn't a bad episode.
I guess that says a lot to how I see alcohol, honestly.
Yeah.
If I was the one that took the reins on this one, you were like the history and how he grinded bones to make bread and how he
not
made
what
corn
happens.
into alcohol and delicious
grind
syrup.
agave to make tequila.
Right. Well, you do that, and then there was other ones too, like the hot chocolate that had alcohol in it and shit. Yeah, like all that stuff.
Tepache.
Yeah, tepache, all that delicious. Apparently, it's not that great now, but it was.
I like tepache.
Gets you drunk, but the idea was like, yeah, in my narrative of drinking, at least in the older guys, that takes you out, man. And I guess that I never really pieced it all together. That it may not have been the cause, but it surely did not help.
To be fair, my Uncle Maudy, the one that was the heavy drinker,
Yeah.
he was almost taken out by a piece of fajita. So
Like he just choked on a piece of fajita.
Yeah, man.
apparently it went down the wrong pipe, and if it stays there long enough, you get a bacterial infection, and
shit.
that shit will take you out.
Oh my god. Yeah, no.
It's got like a 97% survival rate. Like it's not that big a deal when you get it, but you need to catch it.
Yeah, you need to not have foreign objects in your throat. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's funny now that you brought it up that there are some of my college friends that are maybe a year or two younger than me at most, and they still fucking drink like party animals.
Going back to how you said you can't fuck up in front of like your tios and shit.
Oh, you really can't.
Yeah. So when Maudy like almost got taken out by a piece of fajita, they bought him a NutriBullet. So that'll never happen again.
So
you can just like grind it up right there.
Shut up. Dude, yeah, see, that's the thing. Drunk Mexican uncles are fucking mean as shit. That's why. Because, like, they're just, because at least my family was from the hood. They were from the hood. Like, they were from the projects. And so you had to be witty to survive. And so if you misspeak and they're on a fucking roll, you just, I'm sorry for you. I just feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for me because it happens to me. It happened to me. I don't say anything anymore. I don't say anything in those circles anymore. And my poor brother-in-law, white guy, the first guy my sister brought to the house, he's like, oh yeah, we'll take care of him. We'll take care of him. We see him 2 hours later. He is
Hennessy Mike.
He's not even Hennessy Mike. He's pissed drunk, dude.
That's
Just
my
like,
job now.
He is hunched over. They gave him like I said, 2 hours. I think they gave him like 8 beers, and he was just like, "Here, drink." They don't even drink that fast, but they're like, "Here, drink." And he's trying to impress white guy in a Mexican family. Fucking poor Todd. Poor Todd. But he's still around.
But now it's gotten to a point where I drink my uncles under the table because they drink Bud Light and I drink IPAs that are like 9%.
Yeah.
Right. And see, like I don't even feel like drinking them. I don't need to make that point
man.
anymore.
No, it's just it's one
Well,
of
you
those
don't, but
things-
you just do because you're good at it and you like it. You like it. That's
yeah,
the
I do
ultimate
like
thing,
it,
right?
and then it's when I get to see, like I said, the times that I've had that relationship with my uncles, it's because it was my grandma's funeral, it was Thanksgiving, it was Christmas. Like it's already a time to celebrate.
Right.
Like, and I never get a drink with them. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully, my nephew. Well, I only have one nephew that's gonna be old enough to drink really soon. The other one's like a baby, so I'm gonna be 50 by the time that guy is able to drink. Shit, that's a long time. Yeah, I got what?
I'll be
7
under
years?
50 when Eva's old enough to drink.
Yeah, I got 10 more years for 9 more years with the oldest, and then the youngest
I'm
is
pretty sure my nephews are already old enough.
20. Yeah. So I got a long ways to be the drunk uncle with those kids, and I'm the youngest, so I'll be the one probably still drinking a little bit. By then, my older brother's 6 years older. He drinks mead. Like he's like you. He'll drink fancy shit.
I was
on
about to say,
occasion.
like, there might come a time, if you're talking about, like, the baby generation, like, that you get around them, and it's like, you won't be drinking. You'll be smoking weed with them.
Probably shit. And I'll be like, here's the volcano. let's toke up. Here's the plastic bag. And they're like, Grandpa, we just bite into our tooth and the smoke comes out. We have capsules that we put in our cheeks. And they're like,
It's some cyberpunk shit.
but the volcano, it takes 30 minutes to warm up. that was also true. I don't know if that was part of the pre-show or the post-show, but go listen to that part. Any final thoughts, though, on Mexicans and drinking? Don't do it, kids. Don't drink. Drinking's for suckers.
Drinking is very, very bad when you're a child. Once you're an adult, it becomes very, very good.
And honestly, I was kind of happy that I waited till high school to start drinking, because if I started drinking in high school, it would just be sad and boring by the time I got to college. When I got to college, drinking was like an adventure every time. It was
that means
great.
you take care of people, and it's a lot more fun of an adventure when it's
and
heavily
you can remember
not
the stories.
Yeah, when it's
right.
heavily
When
not
you're
on.
Paco bringing home Billy, trying to sneak him into that story's fantastic. When you're Billy,
Oh my god, I'm trying to think of like the times where I needed to be rescued. But yeah, it was very rare because I had to make sure I didn't trust any of my friends to take me home. They were all smaller than me, and they don't think they like me very much. At least a lot of those guys anyway. So like you guys, like you and TJ could lift me up if I was blackout. So I can drink around you guys, but I just choose not to because I don't want you guys to do that. But I will say this: the only thing I remember from Dare, because you brought up Dare, and this is the reason why I don't drink and drive, was because for some reason I'm in like second grade and we're like asking the questions or whatever. She's like, "What's like the scariest part of a accident when people are drunk driving?" And like the lady, like she was like smiley the whole time, but then she just had like this wave of sadness.
and she starts talking like Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog just no, but then she was like, "Yeah, the." Picking up the teeth from the accident. And I was like, wait, teeth fly out during accidents? Because you think of car accidents, you're thinking movies and it's like, explosion, yay, right? You don't think of people flying and being jettisoned or people's teeth getting knocked out by the fucking wheel and then just being on the side of the road and having to collect them up for evidence or for the morgue or whatever the fuck.
No, you put them in a bag.
Right. That scarred me forever. And I was, like I said, in like second grade and I've remembered it even now and I will never forget it. So...
Maybe it's just different because we grew up in Eagle Pass, and it's like, yeah, another mojadito got hit by the train today.
All right.
We had plenty of trains. Nobody got hit by the trains.
Well, those guys weren't very lucky. I don't know what to tell you.
Our trains went very slow.
And then, because we grew up on the border, this is another quick border story.
Yeah.
So when you see the story, it would show like the train, like in the United States papers.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh, traffic was blocked because the train. And then you pick up the Piedras Negras paper, and it's like, show the body. Just
Oh, my God. No.
And a sexy lady on the site.
What?
Yeah, for some reason, there's always like a hot lady on the corner of the newspaper.
Like on the front pole? Like the
It's
front
an
fold?
advertisement.
Yeah, it's to draw you in, to distract you from the gore.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I spent my time on the internet in high school finding random gore by accident. It's not fun.
Can't do that anymore.
Can't do that anymore. Actually, you know what? That's the end of the alcohol episode. Heartbreak. Bro, the internet was fucked up growing up. I mean, it's like it could be its own whole other episode, not even a Mexican one. But
It's a
like,
Compas episode.
right? But the people on TikTok. I don't know if you saw this trend real quick. I just want to bring it up because it's been on the forefront of my For You page. Have you seen the Animal Crossing videos on TikTok of the one cat in particular?
No.
It's the Egyptian cat.
No.
No. Have
I
you
know-
heard the music and what they do?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, it's a Rule 34 of a cat from Animal Crossing fucking somebody, and I had never seen it. And
Why is that on TikTok? I thought
that was the
TikTok-
point,
yeah.
right? So that was the point, is that it was on TikTok and children were watching it, and they were like, "Oh my god, I'm so scarred because it's like really graphic Rule 34." And I got fucking curious. I kept hearing the music and I kept seeing the references, but I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
video?
I don't get the joke.
I don't. Yeah, and I saw like I could watch it. I was like, "Oh shit, okay." Like I'm from the internet. I've seen it. But like children watching this, I'm like, oh my god. But then I was like, wait, I was 12 seeing shit like I should not have been seeing also. But like even like violence though, like
Yeah.
like those fucking beheading videos and shit that people
Yeah,
were
I
seeing.
saw
Like
those.
Faces of Death, yeah.
yeah, and you shared something on TikTok of like the depth of all the awful things or whatever.
Well, none of those are gory. They're just scary creepypastas.
Oh, but still, like
Because if they were gory, I would have known of them. Because then Man of Jar would have been somewhere in there.
Yeah, like,
but it wasn't those. It was just creepypastas, and I was like, I know one of these.
yeah, one of them was like Sandbox or something like that. Or Sandbox Challenge.
That was not on that one. But yes, it was kids in a sandbox.
Kids in a Sandbox. What was the ice cream
waffle.
one? The blue waffle. What's the 2 girls 1 cup? Like,
that's the ice cream.
that was ice cream.
That's not the. It is what it is, but it was just like that's not how I would have described it. But
That's how I describe it. It came out like soft serve, but whatever. But yeah, I'm just saying. I just want a footnote on that, where it's just like we grew up in a weird age where it's like, oh man, we didn't drink as much as our alcoholic fathers and grandfathers, but holy shit, we were seeing weird, awful nastiness and smoking and drinking and having volcano drugs, and I think the kids will be all right, is what I'm saying. They're just going to be doing jewels.
They're
from
soft.
Here on out.
They need to man up. We need another war.
Oh my
Back
God.
to Afghanistan.
Are you? Oh my God! Jesus Christ! Are you gonna be that guy?
What?
Be like, you kids are too soft nowadays.
They are very soft.
Let them be soft. Why do they need to be hard?
Because life is hard, and we gotta get ready for that climate change war coming in.
They're gonna die. It's fine.
Okay.
Climate change is an extinction event. We're not gonna survive climate change.
Humans will survive.
Barely.
Just not all 8 billion of us. Probably like a billion.
Yeah, we're not gonna be those ones.
The drunk ones will live because they float.
I don't get your logic.
When the sea begins to rise, we will float and be fine.
We all float down here.
I think the tequila's getting to me, even though I had like 2 shots in this one glass with my fuzziness. But anyway,
Don't break it.
I know.
Don't break it, Chente.
I was gonna.
We didn't even get into songs, but yeah.
Oh my God.
This will be a part 2.
Copyright infringed. But anyway, nobody really commented after a certain point. They were just enjoying our company. We've had the same amount of viewers for a long time. They've just been like, huh, this is interesting.
Con dinero,
Sin dinero. Lo hago siempre lo que quiero. That's the Spanish I know. It's all phonetic. Anyway, I'm Sammy Gonzalez, a.k.a. The Mexicans. You can find me at The Mexicans on all forms of social media. And if you could do me a favor, dame un favor. Follow us on TikTok. We're like under 100 away from having 10,000 followers. Yeah, Key's in here. I'm just listening. Haha, cheers, boys. We are, I want to say, under 100 people from 10,000 on TikTok, and I really want to hit that goal by the end of the year. Let me see if I'm just got to find the numbers. My God. I know this is interesting for you guys. Yeah, we're at 9,899. 101 people. Can you help us? Can you share our videos? Can you like, subscribe, do all the things? Just search actually, no, it's just The Mexcellence, TheMexcellence. You can find me and find us on TikTok. Marcos, where can they find you?
You can find me here tomorrow talking about week 3.
Are you ready for the football?
Other than that, just follow me on Twitter. I need the clout.
You need the Twitter clout. Where can they find you, JJ?
You can find me at Super Saiyan JJ, all one word. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. I've been getting more and more Instagram follows.
People love you. The people love you because they follow you and message you, and the people love Tommy. They've been like on the get the mic away. We need to finish here.
I thought we were done.
No, we're not done because I have to do one more thing real quick. But they're like, Tommy's my favorite part. Fuck Sammy. We don't even listen to him. Tommy's the best. And I'm like, thank you guys. You guys make me feel appreciated. But if you want to make me feel really appreciated, mexmerch.com. Get yourself the I may or may not be ready for some football t-shirt. We've had that in the docket here. We have lots of t-shirts, lots of things. I'm actually building new things for the t-shirt company. So come get stuff. But in the meantime, let's get on out of here. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. He's got to pee. And we'll see you next time. All right, let's make sure that we're not talking on air for 30 minutes again.